Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Welcome back to EPIC36. My name is Cody Cast. Joining me is the lovely Sneaky Peaky. Tom, how are you doing, man? Welcome to day 2 of play, and we're inside the best of 3 territory.
Well, in answer to your question, I'm doing even more lovely now that you've complimented me to start the day. And yes, we are continuing through the depths of best of 3s. This is a lower bracket game coming through now, and we've got Scambit versus imported Dingleberries. It's interesting names, interesting matchup, and well, overall should be a very entertaining game. And we're actually going to be starting on, in fact, no, we haven't done the vetoes yet, have we, Cody?
Whoa, we'll be having no leaking of
the
maps. That's absolutely outrageous. Let's touch on the teams really quickly. Scambit, of course, they went pretty decently through the group stages. Imported Dingleberries even better, 5-0 in groups. Scambit, I think they were hoping for a little bit more there, of course. They've got some really experienced players there. Mog, of course, being one of those standouts, played on multiple Neds rosters in the past at other events. Here you go. If you are confused slightly about what you're seeing on your screen, this is a veto, believe it or not. We've got a Vertigo and a Mirage being banned out straight away. I'm really tilted that Vertigo's been banned. Might be my favourite map. Nuke, then Inferno picked up what seems to be UK staples now. We're seeing Overpass kind of tipping into it as well, but that Ancient and Dust 2 being banned out, and of course Overpass being that third and final map as well, which is great. Yeah, I think it's going to be quite an interesting series. Nuke Inferno for our guaranteed maps. Maps which, realistically, both of these teams should have a lot of experience on top.
Yeah, I was going to say, I agree with your statement about these being staple UK maps. The 4 UK maps right now are Mirage, Nuke, Inferno, and Overpass. I think those are the only maps we've seen this entire event. We might have let a Vertigo slip through. I'm very upset with Scambit for banning Ancient. Ancient is my favourite map, and I've not been able to cast the new version yet, because I was rounding up my, rounding up the old map, wasn't I? Because all the old events were still using it. I believe they used it at Cologne, actually. The
old map?
The new map, no?
Oh, I am unsure.
Well, you know what? We can check that afterwards.
We'll find out in a bit. So obviously you've been casting a little bit more over the weekend than I have, because it's my first game of the weekend.
Lovely.
Have you had the opportunity to both check out Scambit or imported Dingleberries as of yet?
I personally have not checked out either of these two teams, but I've heard
Brandon B-Dog has, right?
I think we might have had Brandon covering Scambit earlier, and I think he covered them in a win. I couldn't tell you who it was against.
I mean, they had quite a few.
They did have a good few.
The only times they got bested were by Nutty Doos in quite a close fixture, that being 16-13 loss against Scambit, and Scambit then went up against B-List Love Islanders, who apparently had the power of Love Island on their side, and securing a dub there, 16-4.
I mean, interesting story there. B-List Love Island 16-2'd the second best team in their group. They went 16-2 on Nuke, which is where it will be starting off, I do believe, with imported Dingleberries on that CT side. Scambit on the T, and into the pistol round we go.
Nems brought Julie's just to flag that already. It's literally 10:15.
Not this
we've already got Flame. I'm a big fan. Calf in the corner right now. Does hear the door open, and he just can't hit heads, has to fall back, as we see the hyper-aggression here from Scambit. Lane down all the way to the B bomb site. I believe M is Mog. Going for taps. There's one. Find another one. This close range should be an easy win for you there, my friend, but Heartless going to be able to come out on top there. Now in this 4v4 situation, the retake needs to be clean, and from what I'm seeing, no kits.
Yeah, well, there is one kit on Fanui.
Ah, there is, yes, sorry.
But Crazy doesn't give a damn about whether you have a defuse kit. Takes 2 heads, and then Coop jumping past, B-hopping through, but it's still a 1 versus 2. Their time is ticking very low on that bomb, and it's looking rather unlikely that Fanui gets anything done here. But will save the Jewel Berettas of all things in this round.
Dear Lord.
And you do call it Flame early doors. I think the interesting thing about the Jewel Berettas is that they have become a CT side staple on Nuke in the past 6 months. Even at the tier 1 level, we've seen Cadian using them recently. recently. We've seen plenty of players in Tier 1 using the dual Berettas as a genuine strategy, and in fairness, a lot of the time, they do work.
Well, historically, we've seen a lot of weapons which wouldn't work on other maps work on this map. You see legitimate teams buying Sornoffs and Novas with the super, like, legit, like, and auto shotguns. Like,
yeah, the auto shot is a big one.
The close range engagements, the close range engagement distance we have over on the A bomb site is just, it's insane. People like obviously stacking on top of Heart, and then to counter that, you need something which can chuck the fire straight back with those pre-aims. So yeah, by all means, the dual Berettas. It's worked in the past on certain maps, and clearly it's worked here as well. Didn't get any kills in that first round, mind you, but we'll have to wait and see if they are going to be a little bit more fortuitous coming into round number 2. It's a bit of a force buy here for imported Dingleberries. The CT's deciding, actually, you know what? We want to try and push the issue here. Scambit also buying up as much as they can, with the exception of GodQ, who's decided, you know what? I want 1.6k in the back pocket just to be able to stay in contention in this next round. K's going to be able to find that opening kill onto Calf. Does now go for the swing. Needs to be cautious about how many players he is going to be able to spot. Spots out one, but of course, as we know, there's a second there. Nem yet to reveal himself. Deagle in hand, close range, spots one. Good night, GodQ. Nice. There we go. He's woken up, ready to rip off heads. He's hearing that movement over towards Control as well. Nothing towards Decon. Heartless here for the backup. MP9 in hand. Mount Fuji rising from the weapon, and soon to be rising in the ranks with a couple of kills here, but not going to happen. The T's, they run for the hills. They get too scared of Fuji-san and decide we go towards A instead.
And as they head their way up to the A-bomb site, it's Wizo with the CZ to find the first. K does grab a tray, but Wizo's going crazy. He's found 2 now, and it's a 3 versus 2 scenario for this retake. K has a fantastic position towards heaven, but his teammate invents down on a single point of health. K's going to have to run here, but he's run out of ammo on the Desert Eagle. Desert Eagle on the Galil, sorry. As the Desert Eagle on Nem catches K, and oh, that's not going to be very good for the economy, Cody. That's Heartless knifing his teammate to get a defuse.
Heartless, what are you doing?
Well, at least he can get an AK for his troubles, and they do win the force buy. But that is an interesting end to the second round here for the imported Dingleberries. And off the back of this, the battle of the force buys will continue to ensue. GodQ buying an AK-47, and I tell you what, if it's anything like yesterday's Inferno, this battle of the force buys is going to be a wild ride.
It just seems like the players don't want to slow down. It's just, I want to buy guns, I want to get in their opponent's faces. And speaking about buying guns, and speaking about those weapons we don't usually see, there's the black tie in the hands of Nem, XM10. Lovely kill there from Rayman to be able to take down Car through the smoke. They got an inkling of where he was beforehand, and oh my god, Mog just slumped against that wall. Nem only had to fire 1 round of buckshot. Thinking about upgrading it, and is that really an upgrade? Is an XM10 to a Galil an upgrade? I would argue no. At this close range, the angles you're going round, just keep the XM10, man.
How dare you insult the Galil? I'm a Galil enjoyer. Famas enjoyers,
I bet you enjoy the Krieg as well, don't you?
Oh no, God, I hate the SG.
You're not a complete psychopath.
The Galil is incredibly underrated, but GodQ, he doesn't need a Galil. He's got an AK in his hands, and also they've got the B bomb site on the side of Scambit here. The rotations do come in thick and fast as Wizo catches GodQ in the end. That will be an upgrade to the AK, and the bomb is not going to get planted. Great pre-fire through the smoke from Nem, and now a disadvantage for the T's, but it's going to be the XM to catch Wizo.
Don't drop it.
2v2.
You drop the XM10, your teammate, your enemy picks it up, claps you with it. It's as simple as that. Rayman from the back line is going to be able to take down another in this round. He's doing fantastically just to be able to bring this round a little bit more into fruition. Vanui, lovely one tap there, and while the taps continue, there's no spray from this man. Flash goes out. No utility for the T-sided player. Quite a bit for the CT player, but he doesn't need any of it. He wants to save that for the next round. It's another head that he finds. It's another kill in this round. Vanui secures it. It's 2-1.
I mean, that's a great recovery in the round as well. Winning out that 2v1, as you said, a lovely first kill in the B bomb site. And then the retake comes in successfully. They're going to be very, very happy with that. For the time being, they have won the ferocious battle of the force buys, and it does give that CT economy a chance to recover, especially just up against this pistol buy. If they can win this round without too many deaths, it will give them a chance to start building up that extra bank balance. And, well, especially if they can
that
deal
next
aptly
bit.
with this ramp rush, but Mog decapitates Heartless, and Mog with the double one-taps with the Tech 9. AK picked on up, and this is a disastrous start to the round for the CT side. They're going to need to do a lot to recover things here, and I don't know if Nem will be the man to do it, as they've stopped going down towards B. Instead, Hell is where they've chosen to run.
Well, they've put Scambit. That puts Scambit in a very, very good spot. Puts imported Dingleberries through Hell and back. Calf, great position here inside the lobby.
For the record, Calf is Sorex, which is no wonder he's muted.
That does make sense, actually. That does make sense. It's, yeah. Sorex, what are you doing, man? Stop the flame.
Stop the flame, just
Then
play your game.
Then we can say your name, right? Name, game, flame, shame. Sorex find another kill here on Rayman as he tries to lurk into lobby, and, well, Mog is going to be able to come out on top. Can't say I'm surprised in that engagement. Wizo. Oh, that spread in a way he did not like, and K goes, oh, that was a free kill here.
That's
I'm
rough.
just going to, bye-bye. Taps him down, and, well, another pop flash goes through from the T side, but it's not really going to do anything. I think they have an inkling that Nem's inside of vent right now, and he's just going to hold it. Waiting for these exit frags. At this current moment in time, Scambit are going to, well, look like the team in the lead. They're coming into this next round, into round number 5, with 4 players having eco from the previous, armor being saved over. Now 3 rifles are taken through. Sure, one of them's a Galil, but one of them's a Famus.
How dare you,
well,
Cody? We
there
just discussed this.
There goes the M4A1S. We are just going to be fixing Sorex's name.
Hey,
there we go. We fixed it.
Sorex
so now
is fixed.
you're going to come back into this game and you're going to see, this does not say Calf anymore. This says Sorex. And now it makes a little bit more sense. Who on earth is Calf in the UK? Who knows? There he is. He's not having the best of starts so far. It's still early for the players, of course. I saw some CS players still rocking up around about 10 minutes before the game go live. That is the opposite of what you want to happen. The idea is to stand up when you are underneath to boost your teammate on top of that box. Instead, they both hold control, they stay crouched, and they're just jumping around like lemmings.
Jump up, and get down, Cody.
It's
and they
way
do
too
get
early
down.
for this.
They get down to the V-bomb site. And with that, imported Dingleberries are once again thrust into a retake scenario. Wizo jumping down from Secret, coming in with the MP9, but up against 2 AKs and a FAMAS. They might just want to go for the early save call, but instead, Crazy challenged towards double. And as the util rains on down upon him, he holds his ground, and Crazy's got a fantastic position to play around this smoke. He's actually been given an advantage here. It's a left angle peek for the CTs,
Very
and
nice.
Crazy bags the double, does go down to Nem, but Nem's got no time. He needs to save that rifle, save that util into the next, and it's a great fadeaway kill onto Goku. That's all he's going to get here. Now, Scambit taking the lead as you predicted, Cody. It was a lot messier than I think we both expected. But other than that,
Shouldn't have been that close at all.
Yeah.
Nem shouldn't have been able to bring that down to a 1v1. I don't know what Scambit were honestly really doing in that situation. Of course, they do have enough money to be able to buy up. Decent economic fortitude there. You mentioned about jump up and get down, but it actually looks like instead of the CTs bringing the House of Pain, it was Scambit instead. They are now 3-2 up. It's barely a lead at this point, but if we're having a look at the economy, if we can kind of draw some lines from it, we're clearly seeing that imported Dingleberries are not in a fantastic spot. But we did see in that previous round from Scambit, where they just rushed 4 players with techs. They secured that round, scored some weapons, and, I mean, Goku's already dead. So, who knows what can happen throughout this round. Mog, he spotted out at least 2 players so far. A lot of util to play around with. He actually now hears the 3rd player as well. He's not going to be able to get the... Oh, he's not going to be able to get the kill first swing, but second swing he does. Make that a 3k for him as well over towards ramp.
he's just farming.
He is woken up. He's chugged a monster, and he's getting straight into the server. Why is it? I have no clue that he was up here. Are they just... There we go. They did the boost properly this time.
Yeah.
Nem is going to be able to retake the position. K with the smoke to be able to block out Heaven, and that gun looks like a weapon from Valorant. That is not a CS weapon. It's gorgeous, but it doesn't fit anything.
I mean, the most unfortunate thing there for Wizo is they try to bait the rifle player into walking out onto ramp, but Mog instead is just like, you know what, if I've got 2-3 kills here, that means the A bomb site, that's free. That's free real estate, and they will get that bomb down fairly easily.
Hey, Tom.
Nem does catch K, and yes, Cody?
It's free real estate.
Well, that was sensual, Cody. But as the Molotov rains on down from the heavens,
buy more of that. DM me, please.
there is still hope in this round. And is that a dink? Almost a dink onto Rayman. But Nem, okay, he does catch the
this
first,
is fine.
but he's run out of time.
If he scores an AK here, I think that's like literally, that's absolutely fine. He's fine. The bomb explosions on this map are absolutely tiny, so he's going to take literally 0 damage.
Yeah.
Did you know that the B bomb site of Nuke is one of, I believe, the only site where you can survive from full HP while standing on the site?
Yeah, you can stand on the railing behind the silo, and you're literally fine. You take like 60 damage.
You can stand at the bottom of ramp as well.
Yeah, the
bottom
radius,
the bottom of the
the bottom of the inside ramp. It's crazy. I do think that does need to be changed a little bit. I feel like Inferno's getting all the hate in terms of the bomb radius.
They just changed some of the bomb radius updates, didn't they? On Inferno?
It was Inferno and Vertigo, I think they tweaked
I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of verticality on Vertigo, so it does make sense. Technical pause, it looks like. As a matter of fact, I think that might have been GodQ who disconnected, because I can't remember seeing him getting killed. And
I think that might have been a tactical, actually.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay, never mind.
That's okay. We got the same graphic for both. Just ignore it. Roll with it.
Right.
We're coming back into the swing of things. It's hard to ignore that Scambit now have that 4-2 lead, and as we come back into another gun round, it is vital for the CPs to stabilise.
How many mollies do you want to throw, man?
Yeah, that's a lot of mollies, but through fire and flame, GodQ still makes it down to beat. And Fanui, well, he's got a big task on his hands and also a bit of lead in his forehead. That was a godly swing from the man. And Heartless, well, he's unable to stop the bomb plant. Fantastic start here from Scambit. And round number 7 as Heartless, well, he's dancing around the top of ramp, but look at Mog, perfectly positioned as Nem does catch Kate. But Mog, he sees the head. GodQ catches Sorex instead. It's a 3v4 on the retake.
I think this is fine.
They're still going for it, but time is ticking away.
Mog hasn't been cleared at all as of yet. That nade's going to deal minimal damage right now. Wise up. He's going to swing the corner. Takes down GodQ. They're going to swing him. Oh, Mog hasn't been cleared at all. But no, he whiffs on the second kill. I just need to play a little bit more time there, and he would have had the opportunity. But that was very interesting that they decided to swap the bomb diffusers there. I suppose, yeah, Nem did have the defuse kit, but that was a little bit of miscommunication early doors. They should have sorted that out before anyone touched the bomb in any sense of the imagination.
Yeah, actually, if they'd gone for the 10-second defuse, I don't think they would have won that round.
I don't think they would have won it either. I think you're right. Well, 4-3 right now to Scambit. They're still in the lead, but of course we're seeing some momentum swing back for the CT side. We're seeing an AWP getting picked up here by Fanui. This is going to be the first time we see an AWP in this game so far. That is not where you want that Molotov to land at all. You baited out your teammate. The nade's gone in to be able to open up the door. Squeaky. Oh, there's someone who's jumped down into vent, and he's literally gone uncontested. With all of that commotion over on the A-bomb site, Rayman's been able to get outside scot-free. There's no one there to stop him. Heartless, he's holding, ready and waiting. He heard the tag of the AWP, so he knows that at least someone's going to be a little bit weaker than he would usually be. He lines up 3 of them. Good night, Irene. Scambit out of the round. It's all said and done, I would say. Crazy. Yep, he is literally going to be holding his towel firmly between his legs, his glue in his hands. And instead of hiding inside a decon, he decides, I will sacrifice my life for the terrorist organisation. It's 4-4 now.
I mean, that was a perfect round there from Imported Dingleberries. Great positioning. It's very rare that you have someone playing that forward on ramp. It's unexpected, but it works a treat when you play it like that. And with this, we have an equalised scoreline. We got the CTs improving their bank balance. The AWPer with a 5k bank balance in his back pocket, and Heartless on 4.2. They're going to be able to afford a rebuy quite nicely going into the next. And, well, if they can keep things as clean as they did in that previous round, with Fanui already starting things off strong against the pistols, then Nem is going to do a 360 and miss everyone going down to B. As Scambit have now been afforded potentially a free bomb plant. Well, they sacrificed 2 players for the cause, but Nem gets there in the end. Bomb planter is going to be sacrificed to the gods. And with that, Imported Dingleberries do not take a single point of damage in that round, which will again be fantastic for their economic situation and also their round count. That's 5-4. They're back in the lead, and with Nuke being very CT-sided, I think 9 rounds is definitely the goal for Imported Dingleberries here.
Yeah, it usually is. There was a world in which like getting anything less than 9-10 rounds on CT side was really, really bad. We've kind of moved into a position now where there's actually opportunities for you to be able to get a lot of rounds on the T side. Like we're talking about, of course, Dingleberries moving into the lead, but it's 1 round, and we've seen how back and forth this map has been so far. So I wouldn't count Scambit out of this by any stretch of the imagination. We do see Fanui getting taken down very early doors here. Sorex looking to be able to retaliate here inside of under, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Gets in front of that Molotov, just to be able to get a bit aggro, and does exactly that, taking down GodQ. Really nice to be able to level the playing field there. As a matter of fact, it looks like it's borderline level as well. With the health kind of differential between the players as well. Mog's going to be looking for a couple of swings here, but that's going to be Rayman who finds the kill. Yeah, and K going to be able to back up his teammate there also. Heartless and Sorex. Well, I was about to say Heartless and Sorex, the last two guys remaining in the round, but Sorex gets clapped. Heartless, thinking about recovering the AWP, does exactly that, and runs over towards CT. But no, he's not going to be allowed to. Kate, ready and waiting to hold him off. It's 5-5 now, and as you mentioned, we had a situation where Imported Dingleberries were indeed in the lead, but that very promptly disappeared.
Well, Cody, it doesn't K, but it pours. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. But as we have this equalised 5-5 scoreline, as we go into round number 11,
I've paid enough to deal with this. This is
Scambit,
outrageous.
Scambit again have that full investment, and Fanui invests himself too heavily into the outside play. Goes down early doors to Rayman.
Rayman's been on it.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty solid.
Picking up a second AWP, though, I don't know if that's the play, honestly. Well, now it's only a single AWP because GodQ's been clapped.
Nice.
It looks like dedicated AWP players from both sides not having the best of times right now when they get their primary weapon in hand. Mog is going to be able to take down Heartless over towards ramp, so that now brings that man advantage back towards Scambit.
It's a free ramp control as well. They can look to hedge their bets for B. Wizo is here to contest, but that's a fantastic molly, cutting off any presence towards double doors and window. It allows them to clear it, but Sorex does catch Rayman standing in the back lines. That is a devious one-way smoke, but Wizo, he sees the toes, but gets dinked in return. The HP is very similar on all of these players now, but Wizo is just a tickle from death. They need to be incredibly careful if they continue down this retake, and Sorex needs to play for trades with his teammate. Great flashbang, and Sorex, that's an impeccable 2K. Last alive is K, misses the opening opportunity, and Sorex in with a third. Gorgeously done, and Imported Dingleberries, that will be a bomb defuse. Despite the bomb being right in front of them as they walk out the double doors, they do dance around it like a midsummer pole for a little bit.
And literally just spinning around in circles. Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb? I can hear it ticking.
They're just straight vibing, Cody.
That's fine. It's fine.
The B-bomb site is a dance floor if you look at it from above.
We're missing a disco ball, but I agree with the sentiment.
I mean, a nuclear reactor is basically just a glorified disco ball, right?
The forbidden disco ball. Nem, Molotov going to be going in early doors here to be able to stop that vent aggression, but it's not going to stop the heart aggression. We see the swing straight away. Crazy going to be able to find one along with K and Mog. The round's already said and done. I don't even think Fanui and Heartless are going to be contesting this at all. If they are, it's got to be very, very quick aggression from them up heaven. But of course, as we can currently see on your screen, they are trying to get in the back in the van that they came from. They do not want to be on this nuclear power plant. They've said, you know what? Let there be a nuclear disaster. Do not worry about it. Our lives are worth more than that. And to be honest with you, economy says the same thing as well. Fanui's not going to be able to buy himself an AWP up into this next round if he does get taken down here. Don't even think he's going to have a decent buy into the next round if he does get taken out. That is a silent shot. Hello? What are we in? Modern Warfare 2? Fanui going to be looking for another swing here. Double flash comes out. They know a player is quite close. They need to be careful about who gets taken down here, if anyone. Swing is there. K takes down Heartless. He's going to go for it. He has to go for it. Lineup's there. Oh, it almost collated. But no, Fanui loses the AWP. He's only good for one. And that is the antithesis of what you want if you're a CT player right now.
Yeah,
look at their econ. It's in the bin. It's in tatters. Heartless has 1.7k to his name. Hasn't bought anything. We're seeing a deco buy up for 4 of them. And, well, light armor for 2. It's, to be fair, Nuke seems to lends itself really well to these miracle rounds that we're potentially going to be seeing now, but it needs to come early. That's a really aggressive angle there from Sorex as well, especially with the squeaky door being broken down. Just hiding inside of that corner, spots out one, not good for the shot, spams through the corrugated sheet of hut. But he's going to be safe for now. There's backup there from them. They're going to get aggressive. They're going to hold it off. Oh, not the best angle there from Wizo, but he's going to be able to find one. Fanui going to be able to pick up another one himself as well.
Ooh,
D
nice.
rips the head clean off shoulders of Brazy. Now into this 2 versus 2. With Fanui picking up an AK, Wizo picking up the exact same. This round is now much more winnable than it was. Molotov going to do quite a bit of damage, dropping GodQ down to I believe 40 HP right now. So yeah, certainly not a great situation to be in. Rayman, he's been lurking this entire map, and he's going to be doing the same here as well. He's gone all the way through CT. He's now inside of Hell. He's waiting for that opportunity. He's waiting for the contact play from Trophy.
They've got the read on it, though.
And Finui
catches Rayman. Brilliantly done, but Goku, he can slip through the smokes, and he
Oh,
does! My goodness, how the hell has he gotten away with this? He's got the bomb, he's got 14 points of health and 30 seconds to play with, but he's not going to go for the plant. He waits patiently. He thinks they're in hot pursuit. But I don't think that is smart. He's going to run out of time when he could have had a free bomb plant. Now Wizo is waiting patiently in heaven. He will be making his way onto this A bomb site, but if he goes for the plant, I mean, he can bait out this play from heaven, but instead goes for the full stick and then goes down to Wizo from the heavens. Bomb defusal will be coming in. You could see him tempted to go for a quick teabag there, but instead decides to get the bomb out of the way first. Always wise when there is a live explosive in the middle of a nuclear power station. I was going to say, that is a great round from Imported Dingleberries. 2 very crisp 1Ds over towards the ramp. And what I was originally going to comment on the fact they could have gone for a Sanji-esque player. Nem could have dropped an AWP. He had about $4,800, but the time of
the inconsistencies we've seen with these AWPs so far from both sides, I don't think it's worth it. We're actually seeing Sorex picking up the AWP here instead of Finui, who has, I've seen him pick it up a few times. He's kind of brought himself back into this game right now. He's in contention with the rest of his squad. There's no true standout player. It was the AWP versus AWP situation. Yeah, it certainly wasn't the best one there. Goku actually finding an AWP kill in this round so far. And dear Lord, Finui's heard all of that audio right below him, and he's got so many angles to be able to clear right now. They've hello? How has this not been communicated? How has K dropped he almost fumbled the bag. You can't be doing that. But it does redeem himself. He picks up 2 kills there as Finui gets a little bit too overzealous in his aggression. And now the Imported Dingleberries are being punished. We do see the second top fragger for Imported Dingleberries in the form of Wizo. Looking to come out strong here. Finds himself that opening kill. Brings it down to a 3 versus 1. Smoke goes down, flash goes out as well, and he almost one-tapped the man. Tried to go for the lineup, not going to be able to do it. So many bullets ranging from so many angles, it's simply not possible. And you were talking about how it's good for a 9-6 half here if Imported Dingleberries can continue this streak. It's not happening. Scambit are up to 7 now. It's a 7-7 scoreline, moving into the final round of the half. If Scambit can take an 8-7 here, they're going to be very, very happy. But again, keep in mind that this map isn't as CT-sided as it once was. We're now seeing a world in which T-sides can find these rounds. I don't know what's changed, honestly. There's been no adaptations to this map. It's just the way people are playing differently. Wizo on top of the silos, finds himself 2. Crazy going to be able to swing onto the site. He has an inkling that there's someone behind enemy lines right now, and it's Nem with the auto shotgun. He's loaded in the buckshot, the heavy rounds this time. There's no bird shot in here. It's really going to do some damage. As this smoke fades, he's going to blast down one of his opponents, but he blasts absolutely nothing. You get nothing, my friend. Nade goes in from Rayman, takes down Heartless with the tap from Crazy to boot as well. Nade soon going to be going up here from the close range player of Crazy. Is it going to happen? There's so many angles for them to be able to peek. I'm surprised Finui's not just going for random wall spams on the
my goodness.
Hello! Instead he takes out Godq. He knows that Crazy's low as well. He doesn't have enough time here. Dear Lord, he had no right in getting that round as close as it was. Scambit are going to be able to secure the half. It's 8-7 to them, and they lead in a pretty decent fashion, but that was a great first half on both sides.
Well, you say from both sides, it was definitely a lot more impressive for Scambit. The fact they brought that to an 8-7, I mean, they just kept the momentum going. They won rounds that they never should have had a chance in. I hark back to a couple of those pistol investments. The upgraded pistols was stealing away rounds from the Imported Dingleberries. And I can tell you now, the mentality on that T side is not going to be a confident one. As much as this is a best-of-3 series, as much as this isn't the last chance to make things happen, well, Raymond is going to need to make a lot happen outside here, and Heartless will be the first to fall. Runs out of ammo. Crazy and K, though. They're picking up the pieces as Nem and Wizo. They try to wriggle their way into the swing of things, but Sorex now in a 1v3. Looking to plant the bomb on B. Gets spotted by the window player.
Calling it, Sorex thrives under this sort of pressure. He's getting this 1v3. Rayman's on 1 HP. Doesn't matter. He can basically be dead at this point. He is simply a pincushion for the Glock bullets, and there's Crazy getting taken down, and there's Rayman. Sorex, you gotta treat me right here, my boy. Find Mog, find the round.
No, he's gone back down. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Almost the
I'm
1v3
retiring.
clutch, but 9-7 now to Scambit as they win the crucial CT side pistol. They bag themselves a lead, a little bit of stability, but imported Dingleberries, I don't give a damn about your stability. Oh, actually, they do. They only invest into 2 Desert Eagles. I thought they were going for a lot more there. Make that 3 in a P250 by the end of the bite. They are saving enough money to go for a competitive 3rd round of the half. Sorex, though, he's looking to make this one competitive, but misses the opening 2 opportunities, but goes back in for a shot onto the head of Rayman, now in the 5v4. Scambit, they do need to be careful. They have to disallow this from spiraling out of control, and so far, so good. They're readjusting their positioning on the A bomb site, putting one up into the rafters, one on top of hut. That's going to be very difficult to clear, especially with this limited outside presence from the imported Dingleberries.
This is dangerous. Don't peek into Sorex. He's feeding himself after that first round. He's already got one dig. Don't give him another one, GodQ.
Well, I'd say it was about a 4D if we're being generous here. It took him a little while.
If I got that, it would be screamed as a 1D. First shot. Don't look at the ammo count. GodQ is in his own head right now. He thinks that they've got up a little bit closer than they actually have, and it's forced him all the way back. He's like, no, I don't want to be dying here. This MP9 is a little bit too good in these sort of rounds to be losing it early on. Heartless has tried to gain some form of information over towards lobby, and Crazy going to be doing the same. So on the hunt for an opponent. Does he see anyone? Yes, he does. It looked like almost a little bit of team damage there, but they somehow managed to line it up just in time. Sorex, oh, so unfortunate for him. Does get that 1 league onto K, though, so brings us now down to a 3 versus 3. Of course, the weapon advantage heavily in Scambit's favour, but that might soon fall away as you see Wizo picking up a kill onto GodQ. Crazy going to be able to trade it back onto Fanui, and yeah, you're completely right. There's 15 seconds remaining. They might even just go for these swings just to be able to see if they can get some frags here and there and do some damage. But yeah, no, Wizo needs to get taken down here. He can't stay alive, which is actually... There's a world in which they let Crazy die there just to be able to trade it and make sure he dies after time. Which I don't think's a terrible idea, to be honest with you. But why take the risk, right?
Well, you've got the full Kevlar of the fuse kit. They had a bit of util left as well. So overall, it is probably better that they just take him down where they stand. Because look at the economy on the CT side right now.
Oh, it's 100% better. It's just whether or not like that even played in their mind. I think there's an argument to be made that it's not a bad idea if they want to hop the utility. That is a very nice molly, and Rayman gets absolutely destroyed due to it.
Yeah, very unlucky there. Forced out into the open.
He's just going to hold up
these secret pushes, and GodQ goes for the spray. Catches ahead of Sorex. Then will quickly trade, though. It's a 4v3. And with the disadvantaged weaponry and limited utility on a couple of those players on the CT side, well, it's going to be a particularly difficult task to hold on to that B bomb site. But for Nui, he's holding outside still. I reckon it would be far better if he just went and joined his teammates, who look as if they still want to take presence on B. Mogs, he's got a good spot on him here, but he is going to be isolated for the time being. K is in top of heaven right now. And actually, you can hear the land hole from down here. My goodness. As Crazy still waits patiently towards hut. I think finally imported Dingleberries want to go... No, I'm lying to you. They're going back up the ramp, back towards A, where there's a 2-stack of players. And Mogs might just get a kill onto this ramp T.
Dangerous situation to be playing right now. Yes, you have time. You've got 40 seconds on the clock, so you have enough to be able to be rotating. But there's a difference between, hey, we're going to bait out this bomb site and then go somewhere else, and just not being sure in what you want to do in this round. Because it seems like they're still undecided. They move some presence back up towards mid, and now they've popped 2 players back down towards B. This is a super long kind of play at this point. Now with only 15 seconds remaining on the clock, they need to be incredibly careful about how they're going to play this one. Flash goes through. It looks like it is going to be an AXQ, but Crazy here, yet to reveal himself. No one knows he's here at this point. Does get spotted out. There goes the bomb. With only 8 seconds, 7 seconds on the clock now. If they don't get the bomb...
Oh, maybe. I think
really?
Just about.
Dear
My
Lord.
God.
You cannot be playing around that close when you're when you should be in the driver's seat. You had a man advantage, and instead of just holding W and getting straight onto a bomb site and trying to push the aggression, you waited for 15 seconds, lost the bomb and almost the entire round because of indecisiveness. Imported Dingleberries have no right in securing this round, in complete honesty, but it looks like they are going to do it. Mog doesn't want to go for the fight right now. He's happy with the full armor. He's happy with the M4 and the flash he has. It's probably going to be the only real weapon we see in the next round, other than maybe some SMGs for that CT side. It's 10-8 now, imported Dingleberries. This is what they were waiting for. They were waiting for a round like this where they would have these rifles. Of course, they didn't want to lose those 2 players, but 2 instead of 5, substantially better. Now just 2 rounds left to be able to draw this scoreline back out level. And it's a big old force here from Scambit.
I was going to say, with their current buy patterns, I would not be surprised if they do just go for that full force. And that's exactly what comes on through. The Scout, an interesting option with the way the snipers have been landing their shots today, or perhaps I should say haven't been landing their shots today. Gonku unfortunately 11 and 17 at the moment. But Moggs with that M4 needs to be the hero player. He's got a full belt of util that will do wonders for them if deployed correctly. But up against 5 AK-47s, it will be a tough round nonetheless. Sorex dancing around the outside.
The first person you see as well.
Yeah, and he will be the first man out towards red box. There's a very nice crossfire here, and Raymond, he doesn't even need the crossfire, lands the immediate one tap, but Moggs is dead. That is the rifle down. They've got scouts and deagles to rely on here. They can probably try and retrieve that M4, but it's in a precarious position. What's even more precarious is the health of Nem and Wizo. 17 and 13 HP respectively. They need to be so careful up against these hand cannons. Raymond catches his second towards outside, and Heartless, wow, through a smoke. It's not going to come up as such in the kill feed, but that was a raucous kill to be finding. 3v3 now, and Prazy's not checked towards the fence. Fanui swings on into trade, but it's a 2v2, and this round is closer than it ever should have been. God, is he going to peek on in? He's going to tag one.
There's an M4 in this round. 2 players on low HP. He just needs a couple of bullets. Oh,
my
if that was an A1S.
5
that
HP.
Was an A1S, he gets the kill. Oh, no.
And that's why I still use the A1S, Cody. A1S supremacy. The A4 is trash. You get your extra 10 bullets, but if you know what you're doing, you don't need those extra 10 bullets. As long as you're not spoke spamming like you used to on A-Ramp of Vertigo, you're going to be fine in most scenarios. And also, it's a lot easier to spray with, and because I suck at spraying, the A1S is very handy for a man like myself, as is that AK for Nem. K will fall, Prazy with a 5.7. It's a dangerous pistol to be coming up against. Can't quite catch the kill just yet, but with this swing, there is potential. Oh my goodness, it is all down to a matter of pixels. But it's still a man advantage. It's still the advanced weaponry. There's beds of utility for imported Dingleberries to lie on. And, well, if they do continue going towards a safe side, things could get a little bit tricky, but they're falling away.
It needs to be first bullet for Prazy.
I think this could be an outside play by the end of things here.
Plenty of time to swap it up.
Oh, Prazy, that's unlucky. You talk about first bullet, but it's the first bullet of the AK that rams straight into the back of his head. Thankfully, it's through a corrugated tiling, so he will survive for the time being. But it is a 5v3 now. No util, a USP, a 5.7, and a P250 with Nem on the rear guard.
Round's done. If we're being blunt, Scambit's in a situation where not really going to be able to do anything. Maybe find one kill, get onto Nem. I think it's going to be quite a contended one. There we go. So Moggs secures an AK. They take the round as a dub. There you go. That's absolutely fine. They've picked up a weapon which is stronger than the rifles they have available to themselves. Prazy stays alive here as well. Yeah, this is absolutely fine. It does, of course, allow imported Dingleberries to bring themselves back into contention in this game. It goes 10-10. Just 6 rounds between these two teams to close it out. Only 10 rounds left to play, of course, inside of regulation time. Yeah, quite an interesting position we put ourselves in. It's imported talent. This is imported Dingleberries. I'm so used to saying that name. They're going to begin building up that economy. Yes, it's certainly not as strong as it would like to be right now, but taking 4 AKs, full armor, util on 3 of the players through to this next round. Excuse me, sir, that is a teammate. Do not tap him. Yeah, this is good from the T side. They're going to be pretty happy with how things have gone. And, well, look at this. They're able to buy up one of their players, buy up the util, and still have about 2k on every single player, if not more. That's fine.
I'll tell you what I want from Scambit here. Honestly, I would have wanted a timeout, because that's 3 in a row for imported Dingleberries.
You think UK players understand the concept of timeouts?
just give yourselves a little bit of breathing room. I think we've had 1 this map so far.
Yeah.
In yesterday's best of 3, we had 2 or 3 across both maps. Bear in mind you have 4 per map. this is a good opportunity for you to just calm down, talk things over, because look at the util on Scambit right now. Nuke is not a map that you want to be going into dry of util. They've got a couple of smokes, they've used up their single Molotov, and there's a distinct lack of flashbangs as well, should there be a retake scenario. Goku, that's a big mistake. I think his scope may have just been heard. Flashbangs come round, Garage, oh, they've blinded themselves. Goku, though, he's fully blinded in this endeavour, and he scopes in again. He scopes in despite being fully blinded, giving up his position, allowing Sorex a free frag. And Wizo, oh my goodness, it's a gorgeous double. Great trade there from Heartless as well, leaving just Crazy in a 1v4. Immediately destroyed by Wizo, his third in the round, and imported Dingleberries on the T side, net 4 in a row in majority gun rounds, and they're looking to really deal the pain to Scambit here.
That's really bad. That's really not good. They got nothing. They got 1 kill, I think, onto Heartless, right, and that was it. Yeah, imported Dingleberries. They're very much in the driver's seat right now. As you mentioned, 4 rounds in a row on a T side, on Inferno. Yes, I mentioned on Nuke. Sorry. Just same map. Obviously, I mentioned that yes, the T's have had some more success on this map than historically has been true, but not this much. This is a bit of a whitewash right now when it comes down to this T side. It looks like Rayman's going to have a little bit of difficulty controlling this site right now. Yeah, does get taken down by Heartless, so overwhelmed by the high rate of fire of the AK. K now left alive in a 1 versus 5. If he can find 1 kill, secure himself an AK, then maybe there's a world he picks up another couple, but he's got to find that opening kill first. It doesn't look like he's going hunting anytime soon. And he's be cautious about these angles. They are going to try and clear him. He's checked every single angle possible, and you cannot miss the first 2 bullets. Absolutely imperative that you hit the first one, let alone the second one as well. That's 12-10 now to imported Dingleberries. They're now 4 rounds away from securing this first map as their own, moving us to Inferno as our second map, and then potentially over to Overpass as our third and final one as well.
I would love to see an Overpass. I've not had the opportunity to cast one this weekend, and it is my favourite map to both play and cast. It's just a fun map. There's a lot of opportunity on it, and I'm glad that the UK scene has adopted it as their de facto decider. It is always entertaining to see that one go awry.
We saw inside of the Premiership this last season that I believe there was a team that only played Overpass. And it's like, yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Sign me up, honestly. It's the only map I can compete against level 10s. I'm just sneaky by name, sneaky by nature.
Yeah, I was about to say, as you mentioned, there's so many opportunities on that map, and there's so many opportunities for you to be just sneaky as all hell if you really want to be, and just wrap around the entire site just to be able to get a long angle on someone and tap them down.
Yeah, I'm a devious connector player.
True. That's fair enough. The worst sort of player, but I'll allow it. Yeah, this is quite a slow round so far. Goku's going to be the only person finding anything right now. Finally, he comes alive, picking up 2 kills there with the AWP. It looks like this round is going to be more of Scambit. Certainly what they needed there was the AWPer to come alive, considering the inconsistencies we've seen from both sides' AWPers so far. Goku seems to be the one who has had less difficulties across the map as of right now. Of course, we saw Sorex and Finui having some difficulties over that CT side on the AWPers, and same story over on the T as well. But yeah, we've seen Goku pop up with 2 kills here. I really thought you were going to kill yourself then, and it would have been really funny, but also a bit stupid. They've got plenty of money to be able to lose this round as well. Look at this. Yeah. Wizo's got 10k now. Sorit's on 5.7. Heartless is basically on 10. Nem the same. Finui on 10 as well. They're in a situation where they're happy to lose a round or 2 here, just so they can have like a full aggressive buy over the next couple.
Yeah, but that round was a bit of a disastrous revolving
door. Oh no, it was bad.
They went into it and they immediately came straight back out.
They didn't have any smokes outside, and it just looked like Goku just picks them out. It's like, okay, well, you die, and that was it. Yeah, they got completely bullied. You're right.
I mean, one player I do want to quickly highlight, though, as much as some of these kills have been a little exit fraggy, Nem is going crazy.
Oh, Nem's going mad. That's up,
Dingleberries right
24
now.
Kills is
24 and 13, and actually, honestly, Wizo's not doing too bad either. 21 and 15, and it's not all about kills. It's not all about those individual plays, unless you can back them up by a team performance. But yeah, certainly helps. Nem was instrumental to a lot of those CT side rounds. Hopefully, he can continue that streak, as he's been doing fairly well so far on the T side. But honestly, losing that round, I think, is going to be a little bit of a blow to the confidence of Imported Dingleberries, because you've just won 4 in a row. You know that you can win that next gun round. And yeah, they collapse. As you said, they don't smoke the outside cross. They get picked off one by the AWPer. They don't even use a flashbang. They don't really even attempt to trade it. They try and just jump down secret instead. But with the positioning of Rayman here and 2 players in towards Garage, this is a big opportunity for the Dingleberries to bait Rayman into the Wizo position. That's exactly what they do. But it is still a man disadvantage for them. And well,
2-man disadvantage now.
And Heartless is on.
Go on, make it a third. Go on, Gokyu. Ah, wow, that was a lovely one out there from Heartless, actually.
Oh,
not going to be too upset
got
with
a kill, as much as it is a terrible gun.
Oh, we hate it. We hate it. Don't tell
Awful.
Hawker, because he's a big fan of this weapon.
Oh,
Fanui, going to be going for the swing here. Had some semblance of an idea. There was someone over towards the ramp, and there was a couple moments ago, that being Mog, who decided, actually, I'm just going to go defend this B bomb site right now. 15 seconds on the clock. They need to make a decision if they want to go for one of these bomb sites, and they've made a decision. They're out on A. Have they cleared any angles as of yet? No. Do they have time to? Not at all. They literally need to smoke and go, and Praise going to be able to just slaughter them down. There's an AK there, lads, if you want to go recover those. There you go. Enjoy that. Take those through to the next round. It's 12-12 right now. Scambit bring themselves back into contention of this game. 4 rounds remaining for both sides. Is it possible for Scambit to be able to swipe it back and secure 5 rounds in a row like we've just seen for Imported Dingleberries to close out this game?
Well, Molotov's now raining down as it looks as if Imported Dingleberries wanted to maybe get some early hut control, but Heartless, he's, well, cold-hearted, doesn't want to walk straight into a Molotov as it would melt him on the spot, especially with a player in towards heaven. But K, well, he's just going to get aggressive, and oh my god, Nem! A 90-degree flick on the AWP, and no scope nonetheless. Rayman and Sorix, they go blow for blow, and into the 3v3 we are plunged. Rayman falls back away to secret. Gets in a cheeky reload, but Sorix are diving down to B here, and they've got an open sight for the time being.
From K's angle, that just looked leisurely. It didn't really look a flick. It was like, oh, and I kill you today, sir. Rayman going to be able to take down Sorix over on that B-bomb site as well. Needs to be a little bit careful about the rest of the characters who are going to be appearing in a few moments' time. Fanui looking for that swing over towards decom, but it's simply not going to be possible. Nem with the AWP takes down 1. Now on a 2 versus 1 situation. Great weapon to have on these long sight lines that he's currently holding over towards the B-bomb site. He needs to be careful about the multiple angles which could come into play right now. A double swing would close out the round almost certainly, but it doesn't look like Nem's going to give them that opportunity. He's on the lurk. He goes to recover the bomb. He picks it up exactly at the right time. There's no one there to really contest him as of yet. Oh, okay, that's going to reveal quite a few things right now. Yes, he's on the bomb site. Yes, he just dropped down his AWP, and he's most likely got a fully automatic weapon. He does not know.
Oh, he can go A.
He does not know where Praise is right now, though. He's only seen Rayman so far, so he thinks this could be a 1-1 split. But instead, with this long wrap, he's played it so well. He's played it amazingly. It's a blinder. He's looped all the way around. And now he's going to be planting on this B-bomb site. If he waits just a couple more seconds, they're going to be too far gone on the A-bomb site. They're not going to be able to hear this. They have no idea. Bomb's gone down. They're like, wait, hold up. Is this A?
That's huge. They don't even realise it now.
Oh my god, we need to go B.
They go down vent as Nem. Oh, he's adjusting himself perfectly. And yeah, you're right. He's got the Molotov, but decides not to throw it. And I like that, honestly. He would have given up his position, and that smoke is perfection. Nem can play around it. He's going to hear one player jumping on over, finds the first kill, down to the 1v1. And they're playing Ring Around the Roses with a nuclear silo. A dangerous game, but Nem wins it out. And what an incredible clutch. He's now got a 2 KD. And an incredibly important collection of rounds under his belt. 13-12. If they didn't win that, I reckon it's a CT spiral. But with this round win, it's marked on an MP9. It's limited utility. And the A4s are out in Storm. And we saw it happen last time. And it was an A4 versus an A1S. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out once again. And because of that round win as well, the bomb plant, they've got the money for the AWP. They've got the money for their own util. And hopefully they can continue to keep these rounds incredibly competitive.
Oh, Nem. After all of that, you get taken down before the round even really starts. That is unfortunate. But actually, that's amazing for Scambit. Being able to find Nem, who's been such a player of contention over these last few rounds, this early on. I mean, this could be the round borderline secured already at this point. They've been able to take down Wizo as well, as he was on top of Hut. Interesting smoke there from Heartless. I don't know if that was intended. I think that might want us to be falling in front of that instead of directly on top of it. Either way, Fanui, AWP in hand, waiting for the cross here, which he expects
Oh
that
my
what the
goodness
bloody
me.
hell has just happened there. What has just occurred?
It's a
You
flying
can't-
door close.
He has just drop-kicked that door close and spammed through it. Like, this is the wrong game for you, my friend. You play door kickers
You're
or play
still
siege or something. Like, Heartless, great opening frag there to be able to take down Rayman, brings it into a little bit more of contention in that 3 versus 1 situation. But with sub 40 seconds on the clock, it's going to be quite hard for him to be able to secure this round, especially with an AWP in play. 2 AWPs in play, mind you. As a matter of fact, that might play into his advantage. He doesn't have the bomb right now. The bomb is in no man's land, so it's going to have to be fragged if he wants to go for this one. He doesn't have a buy coming into this next round right now. Well, actually, there's a massive gaping hole in that door, and he hasn't taken advantage of it. But the bait worked out well. He knew that GodQ had his back. He takes down Heartless. It's 13-13. You cannot separate these two teams, and you can tell that it's an elimination game.
I'm still reeling from the fact that a door was basically just used as like a fake flash decoy. I've never seen that happen before. Top up player mid-air closing a door, going for the reswing with a door that is still intact, finds a spray down whilst creating a hole. I mean, it's crazy, but Mog...
How has he whiffed all of those?
Well, I mean, GodQ is going to go for the double, though.
Go for another one.
Oh, he's going to find a third. It's gorgeously done. He's freestyling, looking for the last... Oh, no, surely not. That was a terrible financial decision. That was bad. Why would you do that?
No, get wrecked. No.
Silly goose.
We're not beating around the bush there. What are you doing? It's absolutely outrageous. You got a couple of good kills. Well done. There were AWPs bench against basically against an eco. You can't be running at people with your fancy old little knife you spent £200 on to be able to get a kill. It's not happening. 14-13 though. You weren't fully punished. You did not lose the round. But Scambit looking to be able to close this one down. They want to win this out as soon as possible. Molotov goes in, nade goes in. Oh, round's done. Surely the round is done right now. It just needs to be body shots at this point for these M4s, and yeah, it is exactly that. Bomb is down, round is done, 15-13. Scambit somehow have scammed their way back into the lead and basically into a victory.
It's not even full loss bonus for the T's either, so they can't go for a full util investment on a lot of these players.
4-7-50. Does Wiseau buy an AWP and drop over?
That
Surely
is the
not.
decision.
Okay. Having exact AWP money is the baitest thing ever.
Have you seen the Nico clip released by ESL yesterday?
I have not.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Well, we'll touch on that in a moment right now because it looks like Nem wants to get up in the face of an AWPer. Hello, I see your gun barrel before I see you. Sorex finding the kill as well. Nem finding another one. He is really annoyed after these last couple of rounds. He wants to ensure that they can bring imported Dingleberries back into the lead. But Praisey is praising something right now because he's lining up bodies. He's lining up kills. Mog now going to be able to trade one down to 14 HP with Fanui on 43 as well. It's one taps from this M4 for both players. But no, the re-rotate there from Wiseau going to be able to bring it to a 15-14. He's moved to round 30 of our first round of the game and our first map in this best of 3.
Yeah, and also looking at it, Nem's
Look
got
at
a 30
the econ
bomb.
from Scambit, it's gone!
And with that, also, the fact that if he hadn't have lost that AWP by going for a knife, the economy would be in a much better position. They have an AWP and another rifle here, so GodQ would not be on a pistol. So rightfully punished. That was a terrible financial and just decision in general.
UKCS moment.
Yeah, that is a UKCS moment. If we go to overtime, it is partially to blame. That dumb knife kill attempt.
Fully to blame. GodQ, it's on you. You're trying to promote your Twitch channel. There you go. You're getting both barrels.
Well, talking about both barrels, Sorex is
weirdly
burning the candle at both ends here as well. Now, that's
not good.
GodQ does catch them. Sorex is on 2 HP.
Covers the AK as well.
Yeah, okay, you know, he's recovering things slightly. They want to close this in regulation. They want to really bring the pain to imported Dingleberries here after they put up a godly fight. And, well, there goes Sorex, a 2 HP player. Mog's looking for more. He's going to find 2 towards the ramp. Not quite the third, but Rayman is there, dealing the pain. Fanui now 1v3, gets shot in the back. And GodQ, well, he's the man to seal the deal. We jested him. We jabbed at him for that dumb knife kill attempt, but regardless, he will be the man to pull it over the line, and that will be Scambit with a 16-14, incredibly tightly contested victory, and, well, that does mean we're going to the next map with a 1-0 advantage.
It does. Sorry, GodQ. I got a little bit worked up. Don't be knifing people. It's just not. It's not very nice, is it? It's great. I want to hear the reaction when someone gets knifed. Don't get me wrong. I'm surprised Louis 2K didn't just buy multiple bloody Zeuses yesterday.
Yeah.
So he seems to do that in my MM games, for crying out loud. Yeah, a great game from both teams, honestly. There was some opportunities for both of them to close it out. Imported Dingleberries had that fantastic start on that T side. I think, what was it, 4 rounds in a row, if not 5 rounds in a row.
Well, yeah, they lost the first 2 and then went crazy.
And then just went crazy.
Rounds, yeah,
and
4
then
in a row.
Scambit, yeah, they brought it back off the back of that and were able to just be like, well, this is our game now. Screw you. We're going to win this one. Actually, I can't remember who picked this map. If it was Scambit, I believe Imported Dingleberries started on CT, right? So this would be Scambit's map pick.
Yes.
So
Scambit, wow.
Well,
just
makes sense, but
it.
only just making it. It's probably not the best thing to be doing here. Moving on to Inferno, a map which is very much inside the UK CS pool. I believe this map, the way both teams have been playing, probably will go to an OT. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But for the time being then, Tom, we've got a 15-minute break before that Inferno match. It's still early on. We want to give the players a little bit of time to relax, revive themselves, and bring you the best content as possible. We'll see you in a bit after a short break. Bye-bye.
Oh, baby, baby, I want to feel your love. 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 I want to feel your love.
Hello, overclockers, and welcome. Oh, screw this. Where's EPIC when you need him?
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Epic LAN CSGO stream. My name is Sneaky, and I am joined by Cody's gorgeous replacement of Brandon.
Hello.
Welcome to the desk. I hope you're doing
Thank
all
you.
right on this fabulous Saturday. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is Saturday. I know my dates. Welcome back to this wonderful Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And, we are still watching Scambit versus imported Dingleberries. Scambit are 1-0 up in terms of maps. And coming on to Inferno, we have just jumped straight into the pistol round.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited. Let's get straight into it then. Jewel Berettas.
Oh,
Oh,
saucy.
Godku with the Julies. Creeping his way up towards Banana. Spots them out though. Information gathered. They're going to bury their way and just collide into this onslaught of the two pistols, but only good for the first. YZO with the trade immediately. Imported Dingleberries make their way onto the bomb site.
Oh, and look at this from Moggs on the back of the site. A great crossfire with Raymond results in a flurry of kills. Raymond and Moggs, they get it all done. And well, with 3 players left alive, they got a bit of armour to spare. And with Scambit going 1-0 up, they continue their string of, I wouldn't say dominance is the correct word, but they continue their string of momentum from that previous map. And with this far superior buy, imported Dingleberries with just a Desert Eagle as well, they'll be looking to do damage, but this is unlikely to be around, especially with that ferocious utility already doing heaps of damage to poor old Vanui and Wizo.
SMGs are plenty. Can farm up just against these pistols, as you just quite rightly said. $600 a kill. That is the reward for just mantling these members of the Dingleberries. Peeking his way in is Sorex, won't actually connect the headshot, and now will trade and juggle over these pistols, trying to make sure the headshot range true. K will drop a smoke in the nick of time, and Rayman finds Nem on the other end of proceedings.
I mean, shout out to Crazy. He's got the UMP. I'm a UMP enjoyer. Not many people are these days because of the fire rate of the MP9. And, well, the MP9's admittedly showing us why they are the preferred weapon, but for Nui on the P250, my preferred pistol of choice, decapitates Godku mid-air. But otherwise, it's a fairly swift cleanup. They only lose one SMG against the upgraded pistols, and honestly, that's not too shabby at all. They farmed up a bit of money, so the economy's in a good position. And, well, Godku with $5,000 can invest into an A4. That's exactly what he does. But this will be a bonus round now for Scambit, so they do need to be careful. They've got the util advantage against imported Dingleberries, but the 5 AKs are a threatening task to come up against.
Looks like they want to take this banana control as well. Just going to push down with the SMG. For a little bit of caution to the wind. 3 defenders for Scambit here early. A barrage of nades just rains down upon Banana, and it allows them that control. Meanwhile, Dingleberries are trying to reset. They're trying to work their way forward towards the top brackets position. Crossfire in between the pits means that it's going to be quite heavily fortified if they elect to go towards A.
Yeah, they burst their way out of brackets, but it looks as if they want to go towards long rather than that tough short hold early doors. And as soon as I say that, yeah, that's going to be the long smoke coming on down, and they may even want to consider wrapping CT here. Sorex has just completely cleared out long. Looking towards arches here. Can't immediately catch a player, but as the Molotov clears out library, they see the main pit player. The mini-pit crossfire hasn't even had to be activated yet as K catches Vanui. Heartless does trade things out, but still the mini-pit player bides his time, and as I say, that will go down. K, another frag to bring us into the 3v3, and Sorex dancing around Moto. Catches further damage, but can't seal the kill. Bomb has now been retrieved, and Raymond, that's a great rear flank from the apartments, leads us back into a 2v2, and Heartless on 9 HP. He's clinging on to a breath of life. A kill goes each way, and them left to do everything, and Rayman on the MP9 saves the day, going 7-in-1 in our third round here. We'll also catch a defuse, and a third round on the board for Scambit. What a way to seal the deal.
He bides his time as well in the apartments. He gets that little bit closer with the MP9 to secure the kill on the player top graveyard. Just perfect stuff from him. Scambit, they're starting off very dominant here. It's not their map pick. They're starting on this CT side. So Dingleberries, they need to have a trick or two up their sleeve, but Godku immediately purchasing that sniper.
Yeah, with that sniper purchase coming in, it'll be even more difficult for imported Dingleberries to contest. They've got that Galil in order to farm up some utility. On the flip side, the utility belts on all of these CT players are rather threatening. Even more threatening, though, is the damage dealt to Goku and the fact that Nem will entry, avenging himself from that previous round, where he almost catches the clutch. Rayman tapping away in reply, but no damage received by any of the imported Dingleberries players just yet. As Nem looks to do even further damage to the 2 players holding Haycart.
It's going to be a distraction. It might even be needed, though. Heartless and Sorex, they just burst their way up. Here's that activation of Nem, and it's a complete collapse upon this A-bomb site. Scambit, they just need to save. These rounds have been quite contentious, and this is the first time they've really had the guns off the back of the bonus. So just going to hold on to what they have. They want to keep their economy in good shape going forward for the next couple of rounds. But it's a good reply. Guns come into play for the Dingleberries. It's a quick A collapse, and it works wonderfully.
Well, as they say, you've got to hold on to what you got. Doesn't really matter if you win the round or not, because we've got each other. And I'm going to move on now, as Moggs is in a 1v5 scenario, trying to save over any of these rifles. Does upgrade to an AK, but how long will he be able to keep this rifle in his grasp, as he's being encroached upon by a lot of T's here. Another nice headshot onto Wizo and to Sorex. They're trying to wallbang him from the angle behind him on site now, but to no avail. That's an impressive save there from Moggs. And with that AK coming over, he can actually drop one of his teammates in Goku or Crazy. That is certainly more economically impactful than some people might realise, especially with the economic damage dealt to imported Dingleberries, as that is one less buy in a future round. And with that, I believe a tactical pause has been called.
I mean, like, you've hit the nail on the head, right? That's 3 AK rebuys that they have to do in the already crippling economic situation that Dingleberries find themselves in. Just take a look at the money on the right-hand side of the screen. Nem's on $50, Heartless on $100. Fanui, yes, he's got an AWP, but it's $300. It's just not the ideal situation they want to find themselves in off the back of winning the round. It's not ideal at all. Scambit, they managed to scavenge a buy together, MP9, even a USP, making a deagle for Crazy. We know what hand cannons can do. They can be really quite potent. Talking about your favourite pistol, your P250. I have to give it an honourable shout out because that has carried me in a lot of Face It games recently.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what happened last week. I turned something on in my mind. I promise you I'm not hacking.
Oh, aggression.
But Fanui, well, he's clearly not hacking either. The shot narrowly misses the mark, but Wizo is there to recover things. And K goes down to a one-tap. Raymond dancing around top banana, forced away by the utility. Gets away relatively unscathed, but the same cannot be said for Nem. Head ripped to shreds by the lead of that deagle. And into the 4v4 we go. As you said, the Desert Eagle, a prolific weapon in these times.
Look at that rotation as well, though. Scambit, they're gambling. And imported Dingleberries as they actually reset and head towards B. It's
Nice,
free
Sorex.
real estate. It's completely open. You're right. Sorex, the janitor, throwing out these AKs, can't be recovered on the side of Scambit.
Well, at least that's the intention. I do believe it falls back off the roof. He tries to leave it on, so it can still be retrieved there by Crazy. But a valiant effort at the very least.
First day on the job, man. Like,
Yes, understandable. But Fanui, well, it's certainly not his first day on the job. Catching down Godcoot, leaving them in a 4 versus 3 post-plant situation. I don't think this retake is a possibility. With 1 Molotov and 1 flashbang, they don't want to risk it. They want to keep these saved over weapons. And imported Dingleberries onto 2 in a row now as they start to pick up the pace.
and we're talking about the economic situation of both of these teams. Dingleberries, they can't hunt this. They've just simply not got the finances to go for this. So both of these teams will save. They'll carry forward 7 rifles going into this next round. And, well, the gamble stack unfortunately didn't pay off for Scambit. It was a nice idea though. They took Banana earlier, they put pressure on it, and Dingleberries, when they reset in, unfortunately for the CTs, it was the wrong bomb site and they all eluded each other. Imported Dingleberries though, more importantly, consecutive rounds in a row. That bank balance, it's starting to build just that little bit more.
I mean, talking of bank balance, Godku's back down to a FAMAS, and so is K. I believe that was even dropped over by one of his teammates. And with that, very limited utility will follow up against these fully upgraded rifles for imported Dingleberries, including the mischievous A4 saved over on Storex. It's going to be a tough task. We have seen some incredible FAMAS plays on Inferno over the past couple of days, though. Shout out to Mr. But Heartless, well, he doesn't give a damn about your FAMASes. Cuts down K immediately, but it's a nice trade from Rayman. And they do keep control of Banana on this CT side.
3-man lean towards the A-bomb site as a result. Mog gonna tuck in towards Long. His position, if it doesn't go unchecked by Nem, but it doesn't matter. Winning out the gunfight, and Rayman will find a kill in Banana of his own. YZO trying to extend all the way further. He's actually causing a lot of rotations right now. And the bomb is currently nowhere to be seen. He gets a kill as well. These rotations are incredibly damaging. Crazy. He could be the maker of their undoing, though. He's just going to tuck in towards the pit. If he doesn't reveal himself here, he can win the round.
Single man, reveal yourself. But Crazy is not on Take Me Out. Instead, he's sitting patiently in towards the pit angle, and Sorex
Takes him out.
takes him out. Oh, well, isn't that a happy end to our tale? Well, maybe not for the Scambit side. They're on the wrong bomb site, and they have just probably lost the round off of this plate. They've got a smoke on Mog. The man going 7 in 1. Quite an impressive tally early doors. But no, I tell a lie. They are still going to go for this.
All right.
And as much as our cheesy pop culture references may put you off your breakfast, these retakers, they're certainly hungry for theirs. Looking for the Dingleberries. The forbidden fruit as Wizo decapitates Godcoot. And Moggs with just 19 HP, forced to fall away. Saved that AK, saved that kit, saved that util. No point in pushing the affair any further.
Yeah, got to run away. Thankfully, the the adjusted bomb radius and the damage. It's not quite going to kill him here on the way over the side of the map, but it's just an extra thing to consider. And there you go, imported Dingleberries. They lose 2 players off the back of it. Small changes, fine margins, but in these close rounds, you can't be affording to lose 2 rifles. That's actually so important.
Now, of all the bomb radiuses Valve chooses to change, they leave Nuke alone, which is a ridiculously small bomb radius, and decide to make Inferno even more punishing. And I know why they did it. Obviously, they don't like people saving in the dossier corner. Dossier didn't like people saving in the dossier corner either, to be honest. But Nem, oh good lord, he's saving face as he decapitates. Well, not quite. He leaves a large cavity in the chest of Goku, but will he clear the closed left angle? That is very unfortunate timing, as Crazy gets a freebie as a nade is pulled on out. Sorex, the fight for short reigns on, and it's actually quite a messy one. Doesn't end up catching the first man, instead finds the swing, and K decapitates. It's a 1v2. There is still an opportunity here to stop this bomb going down on B, but opportunity no longer. That is a secured site, a secure plant, and K, he would be wise to not really attempt to secure the round on a deficit such as this. It's possible, but I think another AK save might be the best call here.
Go for the element of surprise, but as that smoke dissipates, Finui will find the shot with the AWP. So, AK not retrieved, round converted instead by the Dingleberries. They're on a bit of a hot streak right now. 4 rounds in a row, they're taking the lead for the first time in the game as well. AWP on the T side finding a lot of success. Not going to be uncontested in this one though. Godku has picked up a big green of his own, bearing down the barrel all the way over towards short side. Might peek in towards middle.
Well, he is sort of peeking into middle, but just holding a passive angle, and decides that with that Molotov raining over the top, there's no use standing in it. Gets behind it, and I like the fact that he's not playing over-aggressive here. It would be a huge sacrifice for very little, and he does get the kill off the back of his passivity. And into the 5v4 we're now thrust. Imported Dingleberries for the first time in a while, not getting the entry and not having that early advantage. As much as a couple of their advantages have come down to a little bit of luck, a little bit of unfortunate timings, especially towards the apartments when that nade pull-out comes on in. Mog finds Wizo as well, meaning now that the Scambit have a decent opportunity to capitalise here. And with the bomb retrieve from T-Ramp, it does look as if they want to continue continue hedging their bets towards this A-bomb site, but it will be the 3-man stack and a very difficult wall to penetrate through.
Goku scoped up on site as well. Have to get past Crazy in the pit. That's the first obstacle for Nem and the gang. Working their way forward. Finui at least trades out K on towards long, but it's getting a little bit difficult. Hang on a second, Nem. He's found that balcony player, Goku. Yet to reveal himself, but the shot has been missed. Is in fact going to hit the no-scope. Doesn't even matter. Swings back in and eliminates Nem with a wall bang. Goku does it all on the site.
Oh, that was a lovely recovery from Goku there, especially that second shot. I mean, the no-scope was impressive enough, but the flick through the edge of the wall, pristine AWPing from the man, who did struggle a little bit on the CT side of Nuke. But coming back into the swing of things here, or Scambit, they're coming back with a bit of fight to their name. Goku again, I was going to say going for the full swing, doesn't overextend, and I like this, especially up against pistols and a hero AK buy. And oh, Moggs, great play, but it is Finui on the AK, the hero AK I might add, to make things more complicated for the Scambit side. There is still util, there is still, of course, ample opportunity to go for this retake, and K, my goodness, unbalanced aggression, manages to catch 2. Goku pushes a smoke with the AWP, because why not in this day and age? Nem goes down, and that's 5 on the board to Scambit. Incredibly expensive for the CTs, if we consider what was brought into this round by imported Dingleberries. 1 single upgraded rifle, the rest of them on the pistols. But they win the round nevertheless, they have 2 surviving, and they do recover things where it matters most. A little bit of a lack of util, but it's even worse for imported Dingleberries.
It is, but the more damage they do to the CT economy, the better for them in the future of this half. Goku peeking on in will eliminate Sorex's life and just tucks away behind the smoke. That now allows K to spray through it. A little bit of unconfirmed damage being done at the very least. And now Mog can just swing on out in, but Heartless, jump in Tech 9 will eliminate, and suddenly The rest as Scambit anchored down this bomb site. Crazy tucking in from his favourite pit position. It's all left onto Fanui. And whilst he gets one kill, trying to clear out the player towards Coldzera. In fact, oh, he nearly found Godku, but not to be. But it's still 2 kills from these Tech 9s.
Yeah, and as you said, further economic damage dealt round after round. It will come back to bite the CTs in the future of this half. They do manage to net themselves another 3-round streak, a 2-round lead over the imported Dingleberries, whose name I still can't quite get over. It's an odd one. But harking back, no doubt, to the imported talent insignia. Going into round number 11 now. It's a Mach 10 on Fanui. We need to see some entry prowess from him here. Honestly, I'd get Mr. Fanui to drop all of his util to Nem and then just send him through brackets. Allow him to be the first man to jump on out, does some damage. Then the trade just needs to come in. They just need to be hot on their trades. But so far, imported Dingleberries, especially in the past 3 rounds, have not quite been on the same caliber as Scambit. Scambit looking to steal away the map pick of their opponents here. Are in good stead to do so, at least for the first half. Moggs playing anti-flash on top of Hut. Isn't going to catch anybody just yet. I don't think there's any flashbangs to even be thrown at him from this angle. Instead, it's looking to be a double swing from Sorex and Nem, and Sorex and Nem don't need to swing far enough to even reveal themselves to Moggs, as they pick up a 2k towards brackets early doors, leaving poor old Godku in a very precarious position towards Banana. But even more worryingly is that it's a fake, now leaving just poor old Moggs, the former top Hut player, to go down to Sorex.
Yeah, I mean, look, the fake out from the Dingleberries over towards B was perfect. It just pulled all the rotations away, and it was all a little bit of a ruse. It didn't really have that much utility to really go in. It was only that CT smoke and one flash to really accommodate that fake execute, but it works. The players are caught in transition for Scambit, and it means that they're just sent scurrying all the way over towards the ruins, needed to save onto the rifles. And with 5 alive, although you've got a couple of low players, it actually now is that consideration for the Dingleberries. They can actually try and hunt this potentially. Just throw maybe 1 or 2 bodies at it, but no more.
Yeah, the economy is in a rocky patch, so you don't want to overcommit to this hunt, but it looks like they're not going to be hunting at all. They're going to save in towards the T-spawn, and with that bomb going off, Sorex, or Heartless, sorry, needs to be a little bit careful. And he does get away relatively unscathed. But Scambit, they do not. With only 1 round separating these 2 teams now, they cannot afford to rest comfortably. Cannot afford to rest on their laurels. As a FAMAS comes out on the back of K, they look to continue to extend this lead, or at least deny imported Dingleberries from getting much further on the T side. It's going to be a tough round for them here, and I would like to see a little bit of a change in pace from the CT side. I'd like to say maybe a risky play like Godku pulls off there, but unfortunately doesn't land the shot, so it's still a 5v5 going into this 12th round.
Dingleberries, they want top brackets, and they also want top banana. They want to make these rotations uncomfortable as possible. Rayman tucking in towards the top brackets as that Molotov gets extinguished by the smoke of the Dingleberries. Godku will actually regress in towards top banana and eliminate Heartless. All the meanwhile, though, the Dingleberries, they are grouping right now towards top brackets. At least, as I say that, they then move back to banana. It's a guessing game all around.
It's always a guessing game on Inferno. If Inferno... You know, yeah. I'm going to leave that joke for later, Brendan.
Alright.
It's an early start to the day.
Down.
I'll get my notes app out in a minute. That was. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I've killed the move. No.
I'll tell you what is killed. Mog in the site.
Yeah,
MP9 doesn't really get anything going. Godku peering on in. That's a lovely flick, but he can't escape. Immediate trade out. Dingleberries B bomb site has been secured, and Sorex even aggressing in and converting the kill in towards ruins. 3 versus 2, nearly a 3 versus 1. Second bite of the cherry though, and Sorex will continue to deliver, and Fanui will follow up with the final conversion on towards Crazy. Scoreline all tied up in a matter of moments. The Dingleberries explode onto B.
Yeah, Crazy was just too slow on that rotation. They couldn't go for the 3-man swing, and as such, all the fights were isolated. Great initiative from Sorex there to push into ruins, and yeah, he's definitely the the star player right now for Imported Dingleberries on Inferno, a map he's no doubt more comfortable on. And as the crazy mid-rush comes on in from the pistol, Sorex, oh, he's eating them for breakfast. I know it's the pistols, but that third shot was lovely. 7-6 now for Imported Dingleberries as they steal away a lead on the T side of their map pick. And it's not easy to get a lead on the T side these days, so more credit to them. That's 3 in a row, and Scambit, well, they've hit a massive brick wall.
A little bit unfortunate for them. Whilst they have got the rifles coming into this one utility, it just really isn't in the best position. One of these smokes already being extended, maybe looking for further aggression. Mog gets wall-banged all in the thick of things just to kick this one off. Sandbag's position, Sorex converts. That's absolutely brutal. And now Dingleberries, that's the go. They're just going to accelerate in. Mog just on the preface of the smoke. Nearly tries for the spray, but instead it will be K. But immediate trades. It's a chaos in this B bomb site, running through the smokes left and right. The disrespect, but Dingleberries, they come out on top.
It's man disadvantage after man disadvantage for Scambit, and in another post plant. Crazy, I mean, what can Crazy really do? They can attempt to go for this retake. They do have that singular smoke. That singular smoke can help to isolate a fight, but what's going to be isolated is, unfortunately, Crazy in the midst of a tough crossfire. As much as Nem does with the spray, Fanui is thankfully there to pick up the pieces, and with that, well, it's Scambit looking to pick up the pieces in this final round, but it's very unlikely with the hemorrhage buy that they're bringing into the swing of things here. 2-round lead now for the Imported Dingleberries, and a much more superior buy. And I've got Brandon pointing at the screen here, chuckling away as 2 auto shotties are brought out. And Raymond, oh, taking a bit of chip damage in the process, but does still have the mighty Pumpy ready to deal some damage on the top of Banana. But there's no bait and switch, which I think is a mistake with the weaponry provided. Oh my god! Oh, good gracious, Heartless! He's going to completely miss it, and a dink is landed onto Wizo as well! Goku now, if he can deal the same amount of damage with his auto shotgun. Oh, it could be precarious! Scambit, what are you doing? You can't be doing that with the shotgun, surely not!
God, that's why they call them the alligators, baby. Woo! Snapping down onto them. Dingleberries feel like they have to really just commit to B. Haven't really got too many options. Mog gets burned alive, but has rotated in towards first oranges. Sorex will deliver a quick death, and K spraying in with the FAMAS. Not going to really achieve too much. Boost going to be established, but Fanui is already holding for it. Sorex on the reposition. Gets information at the very least. Yep, 3 versus 2. Scambit rotating in from the ruins. And Crazy delivers a kill with the MP9. This is still not over. Getting aggressive. Fanui will just swing out and convert. Dingleberries take a 9-6 lead going into the second half.
That's a fantastic recovery from Imported Dingleberries. It looked a little bit sodden, I'd say, at the early stages of this half. But I'll tell you who else I need to congratulate for a fantastic recovery. Brandon, it's you. You managed to get up at 7 AM after a birthday bash, and I don't think I've ever seen that in all my years. So,
yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, congratulations.
I had a good time. Woke up at 7, went for a walk. It was a good time.
Oh, fair play. And now you're here on the desk with me, which, again, is a incredible achievement, as Cody's gone off to have another nap. So, I hope he's having a lovely time in his chair. He's not in the corner. No,
no.
No, he has left the room since. He's sitting on one of the swivel ones outside. Tell you what, the swivel chairs, the Boba Fett chair, I want it. It's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, tell you what is beautiful. This defense for the Dingleberries. Crossfire, toughest one in the game to break. Molotovs is a lot of utility being deployed for Scambit. And tell you what, it forces Wizo straight in towards the open. Heartless, he's going to go unchecked though, delivers it first. Can he get a multi-kill? Not quite, runs out of bullets. Glock 18, close range. Will trade him out. Bomb not planted though, and the rotations, they're all here.
Big kill from Sorex to continue this B-side defense, and Crazy needs to isolate a fight to draw this back, but Nem and Fanui a frag apiece. And Imported Dingleberries, they're looking to make this a tied-up series. And with that pistol round win, well, they only extend their chances further. But as we've seen many a time over the past 2 days on Inferno, it really isn't over till it's over. We've had a couple of overtimes. In fact, I believe there was a 28-26 game off of stream yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is quite something. The LAN hall was very loud to start off the overtime, but you could tell the players were just physically exhausted by the end of it, as the cries turned into more whimpers in the auditorium. But Imported Dingleberries, they want to be avoiding this eventuality here. They've gone for a very nice MP9 FAMAS bite. A Scambit also wants to avoid this eventuality with a full pistol force. And we have seen the tour de force that the pistols can bring to these situations. But against an anti-eco, I mean, are they up to the challenge, Brandon?
Well, hinged on the flashbangs coming in towards top brackets, right? Looks like they want to burst out towards Boiler and Apartments. They can isolate these gunfights on full whited players.
Ooh, big flash.
It's a good flash. What about this one, though? Second time's a charm. MP9 and FAMAS will combine. It's an absolute shooting gallery being mowed down immediately. For Nui and Sorex, they pass that test with flying colours. Imported Dingleberries, they take 11.
It appears the second time was not the charm. Instead, they should have gone for third time lucky. It's a shame. But Imported Dingleberries, they're going to be very, very happy with that cash cow of a round. Reinvesting into their utility, but Scambit on the flip side, well, they can't really afford to do much more than this deco round. It is 5 Desert Eagles, and as much as those deadly hand cannons are particularly prolific, Sorex is even more so. So is Vaniri and Wizo. And Sorex, oh, he just doesn't give a damn. He gets naded by his own team, I think, at one point. As Cape does eventually deal a killing blow, but it's a 4v2, and oh my goodness, I thought for a second we had something on our hands, but instead, no. It's K in a 1v4, and it really just has not been his day on Inferno. Well, tapping away, almost landing a kill towards the short side of play. Sees a toe as well. The MP9 of Wizo does come out on top, but we will have a quick tech pause here as we have unfortunately had a disconnect from one of the Imported Dingleberries players. I'm not entirely sure what the problem is here, but hopefully they can hop back into the server fairly swiftly. I believe that is Sorex who disconnected. Whether that's him smashing his keyboard after getting team naded and accidentally disconnecting in typical Sorex fashion, or if it's an actual computer problem, I do not know. But I can hear frantic typing in the chat, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, very true. I mean, you can just kind of hear it, the tip-taps in the ears, right? So, oh, there he is.
Oh, there, he's back. And he's back with 6.8k nonetheless.
That's
a pretty hefty bank balance, and appropriately buys up into the AWP. Down to $0. But he has currently got double the kills of Nem and almost 4 times the kills of Heartless. He's doing pretty well for this Imported Dingleberry squad right now. And I'm looking forward to seeing some more of him, especially with that AWP, with which he's been far more prolific on this map than he was on the previous.
He's got good spawn as well. He could potentially peek even in towards second mid, just run through Boiler.
Oh, he's a cocky player. I see it coming.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see if we can see it. Godku can't quite afford the AWP of his own, so we'll just probably invest into this AK-47. Bit of a bonus coming in for the Dingleberries. Just kept so many players alive, don't really need to upgrade the SMGs. MP9s could get up close and personal. We could see more of a attacking defense from them. Sorex thinking about peeking. In fact, he will. Doesn't spot any players, though. Here comes the MP9. Wizo doesn't even need to see his opponents to deliver that MP9 kill. AK has even been recovered. Oh, not quite.
Not quite, but still a man advantage, and that was a rather wild kill to be finding both players blind. But Crazy, well, he's just running through a smoke, so he's even more blind than his opposition under those circumstances. And into the 5v4 we go now. And with this, if Nem swings and checks his right side angle, oh, he can't quite see the player in Apartments. This could be a huge oversight. If the Apartments player just walks out onto an open A bomb site here, wow, that could be a play. Has had to reveal his position, though, to kill Nem. And this does put us back into a 4v4. And with a lot of top banana presence, I don't know if Wizo's going to be expecting one to be under him. He certainly doesn't. Golku bagged the first, and Heartless can't find the trade. Vanui does get one to Vitali, but it's still a 2v3. A disadvantage for the CT side. And as the util rained on down towards the B site, this could very well be a safe call. Especially because they know there's a lurker behind them. They know there's a man on the rear flank, and look how aware of this Sorex is. Even though Mogs doesn't actually go for the push through CT. You have to be so aware of the possibility. And because of that, I don't think this will be anywhere close to a round for imported Dingleberries, despite Fanui's protests, despite him sticking around coffins, desperate to at least get a couple of exits here.
Looks like he will at the very least. That's K hitting the deck. So the Famous getting a couple of kills, not too bad. Just trying to keep the economy in check. Will
Fair
even
play.
escape. Doesn't quite, because that bomb radius, that's nasty now.
It's brutal, yeah. But honestly, the economic damage he's dealt there is fantastic, because he was on a FAMAS anyway. He knows he has the money to upgrade, and all those AK he's taken away has resulted in a Mac 10 for Raymond. So, yeah, honestly, all in all, not too shabby. Goku has no utility either. And with this, imported Dingleberries have a very strong chance of winning the round. Sorex, though, normally he's a player I would associate with overextending, but it looks as if he's learnt a little discipline since the last time I casted him. Admittedly, almost a year ago now, but Heartless, well, Heartless doesn't give a damn about Raymond's feelings, it seems, as he entries onto him once more. Another make that 4v4 situation as Goku. He's a name that's been lighting up the kill feed a lot in these past couple of rounds. And he's really coming into his element on this T side. Even up the KD and leading the charge as Sorex does find a trade.
There's just simply no more map control for Scambit. The only piece of control that they have is over towards Banana, so they're going to have to go towards B. It's the only option they really have. Utility being lined up. Boost is in for the Dingleberries, but it's on second oranges this time. Wizo will deploy a smoke, extinguish that Molotov. But are they going to be ready for this elevated position? K spamming. Oh, and he will hit the transfer as well. YZO at the very least. Oh, doubles up. Stays alive. This is so crucial and critical. Team Flash allows K to trade out at the very least. Still got a mammoth task on his shoulders. Needs to isolate the gunfights, and Sorex is just quicker with the AWP.
That was a very unfortunate Team Flash, though. Run straight into it and immediately crushed by the Coffins player. The Scambit, though, a 6-round lead, 3 away from victory. I don't want to call things too early here, Brandon, but with them being in the home stretch up against the Pistols of Scambit here, I really do feel like, even though Sorex has gotten themselves some bad karma from knifing that poor chicken, we could well be going to that third map of Overpass.
Yep, it's a real possibility. It just feels like Scambit is just slipping away from them.
Oh, Fanui.
Fanui, is he going to check
I don't
under?
think-
Oh, just about. Oh, but he can't transfer on towards the second player. Heartless. He's now going to go for a little bit of a peek, but Nem, oh, he's in the back lines. He can hear them all running in. It's a shooting gallery, and he sprays them all down. Can't quite get the third because he runs out of bullets, but Wizo's there to pick up the pieces.
Taste of their own medicine. Does the exact same play as the Pistoliers themselves. And with that, double the round count of Scambit. It's not been a good Inferno for them here. Now, bear in mind, this is an elimination game. There's a lot on the line. It's good that imported Dingleberries are taking us the distance, because these two teams, well, they don't deserve anything less.
I couldn't agree more. Been a great series so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's only going to heat up as we head on over to the map of Overpass. As I said, my personal favourite. But Praisey, Inferno clearly not his personal favourite. 5 in 17, and in all honesty, this has been costing the team a lot. So does that grenade from imported Dingleberries. Costing a lot of health from these aggressing Banana players, and with that, they grind to a halt. They're just going to try and pry a little bit of map control, but that's going to be denied again by the utility deployed by the CT side. Forced out of Boiler, forced out of top Banana. I'm really enjoying the way that imported Dingleberries are playing this, but they are expending a lot of their utility. They need to be careful to save at least a little bit in case of an emergency retake scenario.
Scambit grouping. They're going to aggress. It's going to be a pop over towards Absent Short. Fanui deploying the smoke. Going to play around it as well. Spots the player. And YZO, it's a crossfire of doom. 3 players hit the deck, but immediately on the other side of things, Scambit, they equalise the scoreline. It's an even kill. Bomb to be planted. The 2B defenders have rotated in. Nem will drop this incendiary, but flubs it. So that's going to be a piece of utility wasted. Flashbang comes in, but hang on a second, Praise is looking the wrong way, and Heartless will pick up Mog, and suddenly that retake just didn't look doable at all, and suddenly it just was.
Oh no, Praisey. It looked like he disconnected with how long he was facing the wrong way. But great stuff from Heartless there to seal the deal. And with that, it's a 15-7 scoreline. It's looking rather drastic for Scambit at this stage. Can the reverse sweep come into fruition here? As imported Dingleberries, they're starting to look like far more of the dominant squad. Heartless, to be honest, he's not doing fantastically himself in terms of the killing department. 9 in 15. But with that round, well, he's certainly more than made up for it at least. Putting them onto that match point position. And with Scambit just looking so flustered with such little utility to play with and such low health on Godku, it just goes consistently from bad to worse. They struggled on their CT side, and at the half switch it didn't go much better. My god, what a flashbang. Heartless even good for the first. Praisey takes a bit of chip in the process, meaning it is a 4v2 now as Wizo picks up further kills. And Moggs and Praisey, well, what can they realistically hope to achieve here? As Moggs, well, he's prying around the apartments, but well, he may as well be house hunting, because he can't exactly be hunting for kills in this position. Let alone around as imported Dingleberries. They look to steal away their own map pick.
He's picked up the bomb. It looks like he's going to join Praisey and head towards B. There's only one player here right now, but it is that AWP as Sorex. As utility reigns in, Wizo could be rotating at the perfect moment. Ruin Smoke obscures the vision, but Wizo's just that little bit quicker from the CT. It's all left onto Mog. Yes, he gets the first kill. Sorex, he's just jumping through the smoke. He's just trying to make it happen. 20 seconds, a fake. Sorex is going to try and spam through. Mog will convert, and hang on a second, this is potentially doable, but Nem will trade it out. Imported Dingleberries, they win their map pick, and we're going the distance.
Yeah, valiant effort in the clutch, but 16-7 is a very convincing scoreline. So, congrats to imported Dingleberries for taking back their own map pick in a stylish fashion, admittedly. And, yeah, Sorex just came alive constantly. Wizo as well, and Fanui, 23-9, not even dying double-digit amount of times. Yeah, this was a dominant showing here from the ridiculously named imported Dingleberries. As Scambit, they just can't keep up on that T side. And, well, as you said, with that we go to Overpass. And honestly, I don't know enough about these teams on Overpass to really make a prediction. But if imported Dingleberries can keep up that level of fragging, that level of professionalism, and the discipline that they were showing as well, well, it's going to be a very tough time for Scambit to come back and take this 2-1.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And look, we're going to throw it to a quick break, but look, don't go anywhere. We'll just be a couple of minutes, and then we'll bring you that Overpass game. See you in a couple.
Why am I lonely when you're here, right there beside me, touching and holding, but I don't feel anything that's real inside myself, baby. Death is at the door, pushing so from under me, something. What are we here for? Ooh, can't save us. Ooh, can't save us. Ooh, jumpstart this heart of ours before it's gone apart. Can't save us. Ooh.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Epic Land. We're getting into our third map of the series between imported Dingleberries and Scambit. I'm the goth sneaky beaky, the eternal Jay, filling in for the man himself as he's currently off to get some food. I'm joined by the one and only B-Dog. I kind of feel like we're back in an ESL tournament. How you doing,
Yeah, man, it feels good. It's a welcome surprise. I'm happy to be here with you, and well, it looks like we just rotated casters in and out throughout this entire series. We're keeping it just really dynamic here. Scambit imported Dingleberries. They've had a plethora of talent.
Indeed they have. I mean, look, these are two teams that have quite a number of well-known names, and obviously I know that this is map 3, so the first thing I want to ask you, B-Dog, is what has happened in this series? Because I have not been watching it, and I kind of think I need to be filled in somewhat as to what's going on.
Alright, sure. So look, we started off on Nuke, and it was actually a really close encounter. Scambit, they did edge that one out as 16-13, I do believe. On Inferno, it was a little bit more in the favour of the Dingleberries. They were a lot better on Inferno. They just really overran Scambit. They could really play with their rotations, and now we're on this decider of Overpass, and we're going to get straight into the knife to see which team will start on CT.
Obviously, CT side most important to both squads, and for Scambit themselves, obviously a lot to prove in this particular matchup. A 3-map affair, obviously, for both teams going quite the distance in this particular context. So I'm excited to see who's going to take this one. Who do you think has played the strongest series so far here, B-Dog?
I would definitely say the Dingleberries have actually played the strongest series so far, despite Scambit winning the first map. It just felt like on Inferno, the likes of Finui, the likes of Nem, Wiser, they were all stepping up when it matters most, and they just had a really even kill distribution. And then on the flip side of Scambit, you only really had a couple of their key players just popping off. Crazy had a really rough map on Inferno, and that was ultimately what led to their downfall. It just feels like the Dingleberries are playing more as a cohesive unit right now.
Right, okay. For the Scambit, they might end up being the scams of the tournament if they're not careful. As a result, here imported Dingleberries definitely coming into this one as the stronger unit overall, and I'm excited to see whether or not they can maintain that momentum into the last map of this series, and a very important map victory as well at this one. This game, again, it has a lot of importance towards them here, B-Dog, so locked in, ready to go. Scambit will, of course, win the knife, and therefore they will be on the CT side to start things off. So we get into the pistol round. Any quick predictions for you, mate?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I just said. I think the imported Dingleberries will just slightly edge this one out. I think it's going to be a lot closer than Inferno, though, and yeah, we'll just have to see what happens, I suppose. Going to get straight into the pistol, a lot of utility on both sides. And for the Dingleberries, it looks like they're making their way straight towards Monster.
Yeah, Sorax with a set of a Smoke Molly and Flash, the Smoke HE and Flash for K over on the Scambit side, and pushes forward from Praise. Press the issue initially, trying to look on towards that monster position, seeing one individual, tagging them down at 86 HP, backed up by God Q, nades and smokes down from K's position. We're trying to press information and trying to hold back vision against the T side line. Imported Dingleberries will score the first kill. Sorex finding Crazy. Nem will follow suit onto K. There is a trade in the mix there for the Scambit side as they try and fight their way back into this round. 3-on-3, making it 2 as M catches Finu, and Heartless is able to trade back to an even man standing, doubling up as well, looking for the triple. User's going to take it back, and imported Dingleberries get a pistol.
You know, just nicely done from them. It just really was quite simple, to be honest. They just kind of contacted out towards the monster. They used the utility to allow themselves to get on towards the bomb site. The trades were quite effective, and Scambit, the rest of the rotations were there. They were just simply overrun. Dingleberries take the pistol. Scambit will force into this one, however. SMGs on SMGs, but the firepower notably in the Dingleberries' favour.
Obviously, the AK is on 2. The scout in for Godku, trying to strike first out to that mid position, and we'll take an early pop shot towards the likes of Finu. But nothing major will come through for the Scambit side. Similar story for the Dingleberries. Very passive in their own right. I'm going to get pushed back in against Sorex's party. He gets that one kill before M's forced to get the trade.
That's actually just left a gap. It's going to mean that the Dingleberries, they're going to take control over towards long aggression. Fell over the B side of the map means that there's quite noticeably a gap towards A, but in fact they're going to reset, they're going to change their minds, and they're going to re-avert their attention straight back towards this B bomb site.
And slow their pacing down. They've been playing a pretty slow round so far here for the Dingleberries. Over a minute, and they work their way towards that B site with most of the counter rotations cut off. Rayman in particular looking in from Connector might just catch off Nem. Back turn in the bathrooms, and both players look away as Nem tries to regain control. The rotations will be brought back as his teammates start walking into the hands of M here. Nem walking forward, seeing the one. The spray through does come through. It's Heartless actually credited with the kill, and now M left alone towards that monster control. Has got back up in Crazy right behind him.
Not really much utility, it's just going to be a more contact play. The defense is here though for Scambit. MP9, Mog will spray through the smoke, but Fanui will convert. That's going to be the accelerator. 20 seconds left. Crazy lurking in, trying to be baited in by this scout of Godku, trying to make it over. Bomb to be planted though.
Deagle will try fight hard for Crazy, but unable to really do much here. Godku can take Yuzu down, the low HP player on his own part, and two other low HP players for imported Dingleberries. Means there is in theory a way you can bring it back to a 1 versus 1 if he hits those shots as appropriate. Just not given the angles here, working passive, back up all the way into the back of heaven. Reface, shot to one man, not quite connected to the second player either. And bullets continue to come his direction, he's forced to fall back into the site to save the weapon and possibly get hunted here by the Dingleberries.
Thinking about it, definitely going to try and go for this one, it would seem. Nem's on 2 points of health, so just needs to try and escape and stay alive. Scout shot misses, but that means that Fanui can come in the back lines. No guns can be saved over for Scambit. And more importantly for the Dingleberries, they keep a number of weapons alive and they get consecutive rounds in a row off a really disciplined round.
Simple stuff, relatively. Of course, they had the AK and the firepower advantage. You mentioned that at the start of the round, so holding that contest with the regular weapons. The Mac 10 in for Sorex will stay, so they can get a lot of cash out of this next round. Because Scambit have virtually no armor and real defensive whatsoever. Not even a whole lot of firepower against upgrade pistols on a basic eco. Sorex will know that. Be the first man contact into mid control. K has got a Deagle to try and put some distance between the two players, but Sorex got the HP advantage. Not quite the kill though.
Not quite. Oh, it doesn't even matter. K will deliver the killing blow with the hand cannon. Meanwhile, it's all happening on Monster. Extending out now are the T's for Nui. Finds a quick kill, and YZO to follow. That's the B-bomb site. Cracked open. Rotations in from short. It feels like they're not going to find anything for Nui with a wonderful cleanup and only 1 kill for the CTs.
Not even that much of a big kill either. A Mac 10 drop there for the imported Dingleberries. So they're not going to be too fussed about losing control of that one. They're not going to be too fussed with his death. They can just rebuy it easily into the next round. They will go. Keep a Mac 10 in actually for Sorex. He's going to hold on to that, which actually makes a whole lot of sense. Because if you take a look at the armor settlement here for Scambit, only 1 player has a helmet.
AWP on Godku though has been quite prolific this series so far, peeking on in, nobody's home, it's a quicker play, it's a turn of pace, there's that Mac 10, it will strike in. K, 2 players have just walked behind him, they line up, but YZO with the immediate trade out. It's a 3 versus 3, it's an even kill, and Rayman gets Molotov'd off.
And forcing him out of the site, the decent trades from Kato have kept this competitive, and finally Scambit can take control with Rayman's kill onto Finu. Slow walk in for the Dingleberries, they slow this whole thing down. Being very careful about where they peek in next. The bomb yet to truly commit. Playing super slow about this here. And they might just walk right into the hands of Rayman as a result. Peeking into pipe at the right moment. Turning away just as the player starts to walk out. And YZO will trade it back to a 2-on-2 situation.
Trying to get it done, there's no utility either. Godku, it's free for him just to provide Overwatch, just peering in towards the heavens. A lot of time left on the clock, and in fact, that's going to put doubt in Scambit's mind, rotating over, but B, that's definitely going to be the final resting place of this C4.
Picked up and planted now on YZO's part. Dingleberries being extremely careful where they go for these faces. Scambit, of course, still on for the round itself. Crazy and Godku have to get in for the retake. No kits in for either and no utility. Waiting for the CT to peek and dry, and the AWP gets caught off for it. Heartless does indeed look heartless as YZO closes out Crazy and gets the 4th to the board of the imported Dingleberries side. This has been a pretty stomping T side thus far.
Yeah, it has been. It feels like they've really identified this weak point right now on the B-bomb site. That round in particular, it was just a change of pace. We've seen in the last few rounds the Dingleberries have been really just slowing things down, being disciplined, taking the map control away from Scambit. This time it's just a complete change of pace. It catches them off guard. It is close in the end, but simply no utility on that retake means more of a desperate play, jumping in from the heavens, and it's just the upgraded pistols now for Scambit.
Well, SMG also in for K, so a slight heavy investment on Scambit's part. Shots to the AWP, of course, will ring out from Sorex's line of things. Nem will press the issue, then Molotov sent in. Godku get flashed forward and try look for a kill, and was lucky to go away with damage on Sorex's part because of how weak that USP was always going to be. The AKs just dismantling what CT setup they can bring.
MP9 trying to get aggressive in towards the toilets now. K extending forward with it. In fact, they got the rest of the team just forming in a conga line behind him. Mog is tasked with the difficult prospect of B, but K with this flank could really do it all. But Nem turns around on a dime and eliminates the first threat, but Crazy will deliver a kill. Mog, oh, he's going to catch Heartless back turned, and now There's potential, but a running Glock headshot will seal his fate. And Crazy, he's just left all alone, saving onto this AK.
Yeah, no sending and throwing himself away in the 1 versus 3 situation. The AK is going to be more valuable to Scambit going forward. The save definitely right for here and now, but it will lead to 5-0 on the T-board. And there will be a concern if this keeps going on. Imported Dingleberries, they are storming their way through on this matchup. Scambit have got to get a start in relatively soon. Certainly won't be in this round, but maybe in the next one here.
It was kind of similar to Inferno. You had rounds in a row for both of these sides. It was like streaks. So 4 rounds in a row, 5 rounds actually, for the Dingleberries to start things off. If we see the same shades of Inferno, that means that Scambit will recover and then hopefully go on a consecutive streak of their own. But at the moment, it just feels like a completely different battleground. Dingleberries are winning out their engagements. They're taking control of the map where it matters most to Scambit. It just feels like they're being caught with their back turned time and time again.
It's looking so far so good for them. Of course, Scambit back up on the guns here. The AWP for Godku and the M4s across everybody else. So we now have some weapons here. Another chance at the rifle round for Scambit to get started in this matchup. Flash is coming in immediately to force that more bad position. Trying to press towards mid several times here, B-Dog, but not really finding much success. Similar story for Sorex here in the underpass control. Quick wide swing. Damage has been done to both sides.
Connector door blown off. It means that that smoke has to be deployed. Spam could come through. This is going to be Fanui just trying to extend over. Double stack in towards Divider as well. We're going to send Goku scurrying straight back in, but the engagement, it's one out. Map control being gathered here. And meanwhile, Nem, he's just completely pushed up long. That's the A bomb site now neutralized. Rayman, yes, he's pushed up very far in Divider. He could potentially be a thorn in the side, but look at how far Nem is in the back lines.
Basically got access to the site from here, especially if they go through bathrooms, they can avoid Rayman entirely. YZO might get caught off. Yes, he is. So that's one good trade for the CT side, but Nem still works in from here. Washing his way forward, swing upon the likes of Crazy and removes him from play. 2 left now, Scambit. Now at both the A and B sides being opened up directly. M does get a decent trade. Batmog doing decent work. AK back in his hands with the utility sent towards the direction. The bomb should cross and get planted here though.
Definitely should. There's a lot of utility that can be denied, though. Incendiary sends the T scurrying in their after plant. Rayman rotating in now towards CT. There is still a player in the heavens, but Sorex scoping on in. Crossfires have been established, and and even gets one on the way out, and that's the signal for Rayman to go scurrying, retrieve the AWP. It's a very expensive weapon, wants to carry it over to give Scambit something going into round number 7.
Similar story to the last round, though, saving the AK and not getting any success off the back of this follow-up round. The 6-0 ensuing for the imported Dingleberries, and this is turning into a very worrying state of affairs here for Scambit. Because you look at their line of form, you look at their individual fights, and you just take a look at just the raw talent that we're seeing in server right now. And imported Dingleberries, they're forcing the issue every single time. Scambit just allowed them to get all the way towards bank, with only that mid player being left in just to be played around, essentially. Positional advantage, firepower advantage, it all works to the favour of the T's right now.
You even look at the map control, though. Even though Nem is so far advancing towards bank, the intention of Dingleberries are clear. They still want to go B. They still recognise it as a weak point, and, well, they're just pressing on it round after round. Flashbang comes in to enable potentially a mid-peak, and Rayman, he's going to spot absolutely nothing.
Sorex creeping ahead of the Molotovs with the AWP in hand. Try to fire away against the CT line, but missing his shot, missing his bullet. Perfect chance to open up the kill counts. Didn't quite bring it together, though.
Molotov raining in down towards the barrels. Flashing out towards Monster. K, his position's been pre-fired and eliminated. And now Mog, he's been spotted as well. So much utility on this side of the map. Crazy, trying to get a multi-kill, but he's now going to be collapsed upon. Goku can now peer in from the heavens, try and eliminate any of these players, but they're already in CT.
Yeah, pushing up once again. You mentioned the map control being given up to Nem in that previous round. In this case, here we push forward. Actually, it's Finui that gets a kill at a headshot somehow. I think he still had his head pointing out of heaven in some sort of position, in some sort of angle. Looked like he was challenging the lower control, but in the end, dead to rights. Rayman left alone, back over towards T-Spawn to try and look for X's, but with how extended they are in CT, in the A site, out towards mid, they'll just avoid him entirely. That's 7-0 for imported Dingleberries. This is getting really far out of control for Scambit now.
Yeah, this almost just feels very one-sided. It's not a reflection of the entire series as a whole. If anything, it's just a bit of a blowout, and it's a bit of a shame here for Scambit, because they were putting up such a valiant competition, especially on towards Nuke. It was such a close just a fair over there. Inferno, it was a little bit of a different story. The Dingleberries, they did just shore things up. They started just taking the map control right back away from Scambit on Inferno, and here we're seeing more of the same, but it's just tenfold. Scambit, they don't even have a look in right now on the buy. It's just not great.
Hero rifle safe from the previous round with the upgrade pistols, the best that they can really scrape together here. Scambit having Rayman press forward initially towards that top mid position. Godku get ahead of the smoke over at Monster, might challenge onto the individual. Challenging at the T side line. The flanks, at least for Rayman, can come through towards that long position in the mid control. Might cut off the rotating last man individual. Finny getting caught by the opening kills. So that's at least something here for Scambit. But a lot more work to be done if they want to bring this round back.
So rifles to be retrieved as well, but it's so far out of position. You can see Godku just running over to pick that one up at the very least, and they could activate here. They could be on a big flank. Dingleberries, they have to consider this at some point because they know how advanced Rayman was. Nem is just checking the connector though.
Slow walking out to that mid position, seeing the flashes coming through. The CTs now lock out the A defensive brackets in. The imported Dingleberries. A challenge out towards long could go well, and indeed it does. M4 and Deagle kills come back. Nem with 2 kills on the site. Might open up an angle for them to try and make their way in, but as he falls, Mog there to trade. YZO left alone in the 1v3. Retains to the B site to get the bomb plant down.
That's a good start. A lot more still to go, but he can really go anywhere on the bomb site right now. Molotov in hand, that could be used for later. Needs to isolate a gunfight early to have any chance into this. Swinging in towards the corner, does take the first, but Rayman with the immediate trade, and finally, Scambit will get around on the board.
Bit overextension there for the part of YZO. I'm not a big fan of that myself. I would have liked to have seen him hold up on top of the stack and wait just outside of Graffiti rather than pressing the issue and ultimately losing his life to the Scambit camp. Yes, that is that first on the board of the CT side. A pretty big round for them to win because finally it breaks that streak for imported Dingleberries. They show some resistance, show some fight here on this map.
Yeah, and they did it with, well, basically nothing. It was just one save rifle carried over. The rest were just on the upgraded pistols and retrieving the guns from Rayman's advanced position and being very bold and brazen, pushing down towards Fountain. I guess you have to take risks, especially when you're down such a deficit. It works out for them and they post a round on the board, but it now needs to be consecutive. They need to start building upon this because otherwise, well, the economy could just be broken and the Dingleberries could just run away with it.
Yeah, this is the most dangerous position right now for the Scambit side. To work within this economy game and try their best not to, as you mentioned, get reset, because if they do, then we're looking at a number more rounds here for imported Dingleberries. This is a little bit of economical relief from the gun basis and the safe weapons that they had. AWP staying in for Godku will lean in first and foremost, looking out towards the T-con angle. Just the end of that smoke, trying to spot for players. Doesn't see anything though, so he falls away.
4 defenders over towards B. Precedent has been set. Dingleberries, they like pressing the issue here over towards the monster side, and it's going to be a little bit of chaos here. There's so many players, so grouped up. This is going to be a brawl.
And standing ready for Mog. K right beside him, turning away from Flash, is ready to receive. A respoke comes down though. That's really smart here from Scambit.
Flashbang could come in, potentially they could even walk through this smoke. Instead, they just play on the edge of it. Nem, all the meanwhile, he's lurking, he's trying to find an opening, send in the rotation, scurrying perhaps with an entry kill.
Flash forward, ice set to the back lines. Nem trying to lean in, trying to look for the CT players, the scopes at least. And gets caught off by them. Godku with the kill. Dismantled the 4-man setup. Only 3 players standing here for Scambit on the B side. And here come the flashes. Mog caught completely blinded. YZO can jump around the corner, get that kill. But K is going to line up a triple. Look for the quadra and execute all members of the T side. Make it a quick, clean, and easy round for Scambit.
Story of the flashbangs as well. Firstly, Sorex is one to enable the Dingleberries to get that kill on towards Mog, and then the counter flash was absolutely perfect. Full blind, they couldn't do anything. It's an easy lineup, and more importantly, Scambit, they're trying to work their way back in. It's just a huge weight off their shoulders, not being reset right now. Nade to blow off the connected door, and the Dingleberries, they reset towards the fountain. Aggression, look at Godku, he's so far advanced here, but he actually misses the shot.
Perfect chance for the trade with the sprays through the end of the smoke. YZO kill found onto Godku. AWP missing an all-important frag, one that could have easily taken back control of the Scambit side, and as a result they lose 2K down to Finui. Rayman sat in the bathrooms all alone, isolated from his teammates. If he gets hunted, then Imported Dingleberries will get an easy kill. However, Crazy chimes in, gets a bit of support out towards that mid position. Sorex, however, catches Rayman overextending again, back to the favour of Imported Dingleberries.
Silent drop coming in for Fanui. But Mog, he's in the perfect position right now to shut this down. Heaven Smoke being lined up in. Flashbang's going to rain on the CTs. They've rotated over, though.
Oh, engagement from Mog again. Lines them up outside of Monster. Retaking the advantage for the Scambit side. Imported Dingleberries mowed down. They get bottlenecked in that pipe so easily, it feels like.
He was fully blind, didn't even see them. It's such a narrow choke point, though, so the spray, it just rings true. AWP can be recollected. Scambit, they're on the resurgence. They're starting to build here. This B bomb site is now looking a lot more heavily fortified. Rotating Crazy over as well, away from A. Gambling over, having two players here. It just works out perfectly, and in fact, he wasn't even needed.
Damage done early to the Imported Dingleberries as well. Scambit again putting the utility back against them. Tagging Heartless to 73, tagging YZO to 51. Really little damage done in return to the Scambit side, so the Dingleberries finally facing some of that resistance. Went 7-0 to start off this map up, but Scambit have brought 3 back. Put them in a much more awkward position here for round 11, especially with that kill from Godku.
It's a good start. Still a lot of way to go. Rayman on the off angle towards the toilets. Could potentially catch out a player, and he will. 2-man advantage now. That means things can get a little bit easier. Goku, that's an incredible shot as well. Whilst Fanui does trade out Rayman. It's looking a little bit dicey here. Flashbang perfect. And then he's found the gap all the way over towards Long. But Crazy Spray reigns true. Fanui just rotates in towards the truck now. Does get one kill. It's doable.
This could be very interesting for him. Smoke down, bomb plant. Secured. I think he's found a triple kill so far on this map in this round, so he could be on for the ace. Molotov sent in against K, burst up against him, Smoke trying to extinguish the flames. He challenges Mog, gets it down to a 1 versus 1, 32 HP. Clutch available for Fanui. Where does he go with this? Look back to the truck, Mafsar! Oh, he can't get a headshot. K keeps it together and just about holds the round together for Scambit.
Oh, it's just, though. It's a 2-man advantage for that Scambit side, and Fanui seemingly just does it all. Trades upon trades, and then isolating that player. Individual gunfight over towards the connected position, and unfortunately caught between a rock and a hard place, just moving his crosshair between the 2 angles, and unfortunately, he can't quite clutch it up for the Dingleberries. And then you see the economy, it's just starting to break a little bit. YZO is just on a Tech 9.
So many great buys up until this point as well for the Imported Dingleberries side, so the fact that they've been broken right here shows how well built they were in the 7 rounds that they gained. Scambit back up with the guns, trying to peek in initially. It's Nem, however, to put down Rayman. Now K is going to press the issue into the short control alongside Mog. Rapping against Fanui, taking him at the trade. Into a 4 versus 4. Scambit continue to keep hold of progress. The Sorex gets caught by the AWP in mid. Godku leaning in for a second kill, and he might just land it. Indeed he does. Heartless down, and maybe more the gain of this round.
Can even catch off the other player in towards toilets in YZO, but instead he's elevated, he's just holding, and Godku's got to be careful not to overextend. Meanwhile, it's a little bit of a weird gap. You see that K, he's come up towards the connector, but at the same time, Nem, he's over towards Monster. K could completely backstab him here, but the audio, it's given up, doesn't even matter. Headshot secured, bomb dropped.
YZO caught next by Crazy. Easy pickings for the Scambit side. 5 in a row being regained. The gap, the lead has closed at just 2 rounds up for Imported Dingleberries. And no bomb plants being gained here in that previous round, so there's not a lot of cash to buy in with the forced investment we saw with the AKs coming out. We will see a couple of rifles still in. YZO with the half-bought Galil and the hero AK for Fanui.
Okay. Well, these rifles going to have to go huge. It might just be a faster play as well. They're going to group and barrel their way straight towards short. A lot of defenders here. K, he could just play on the edge of the smoke. Oh, they're not considering it at all.
Perfect positioning. I still haven't read it until it's far too late. 3-for-1 trade. Scambit to get some back. Obviously, Fanui turning on to Rayman, but easy trades again from the CT forces. 3 alive at the turn of that round. And 6 in a row for the Scambit side. What has this game been, B-Dog?
Yeah, I'm not really too sure. I mean, we said Inferno was a little bit streaky, but I didn't really expect it to be 7 rounds in a row and then 6 rounds in a row. It's really back and forth here and potential to go the distance. It certainly has in this first half anyway, 6-7. And what was shades of a dominant streak on the T side has really been just battled back in. Godku with the aggression, but doesn't find the kill.
Boy, Dingleberries have the damage against their name, but again, Fanui's going to start things off with the kill counts. Rayman making his way through the smoke, but covered off by Heartless. Make sure he cannot find the flank this time. A 5-on-3, this time to the favour of the T side.
That's something we haven't seen in a little while. Mog been so instrumental with these multi-kills, especially over towards Monster. Boost being assembled, meanwhile, will send Nem up above, at least temporarily, because he falls off, but that's audio given over. Mog, he's playing so far advanced here at Monster.
AWP also looking in, catching the shot onto Fanui. Godku really living up to his namesake upon that first part of things, at least. Kill found. CT's continuing the aggressive forces into the Monster control. Mod caught next. Crazy. Turn away. AK Spray could line up a double again. Drop the bomb. A 2-on-2. Scambit. Find these players against imported Dingleberries who are just throwing these rounds away. Throwing away the kills now. Heartless down in the hands of Godku, who's dipping in for a little bit more on shore. Adjusts to that flick and connects it in hole. That's 7 in a row for Scambit.
It's something that you brought up right at the start of the game. The Dingleberries, they do not have any utility when they execute. They kind of just waste and just get rid of it early. So when they come in for these executes, they try and just isolate the gunfights. They can't do it. They walk straight into the crosshair of Godku time and time again. It's easy pickings for the sniper.
Overwhelming stuff, and I thought honestly the imported Dingleberries were going to be in a better position given the 7 rounds in a row they just took, but Scambit coming back into their own. Godku is executed this time. Nem with the opening kill. Zorak's going to grab that AWP and try and apply it to that mid position. Of course, broken by for imported Dingleberries outside of that. Making a lot of noise and feeding themselves back to Rayman, who doubles up to the 4-on-3.
That's absolutely instrumental because that means the rotations can just come in as well. Fanui trying to find that player on towards long, but he's got out of dodge at least temporarily, just tucked in behind the wall. Trying to make his presence known, might even go in for the re-swing. It's just a Galil facing him, but doesn't want to give up his life unnecessarily. It's actually 2 men now reinforcing this position.
As YZO starts to walk forward. Checking out the heaven position, looking out towards water, burst through onto Fanui, doing damage. Burst up from M, gets the kill onto YZO, so B site's been regained by the Scambit side. 2 left on imported Dingleberries. The Scambit could complete their 8 in a row to claim the half at the turn of the half. M4 standing. Rayman doesn't quite get his kill. Fanui can get trades, but K can respond, leaving all the Soraks in a 1 versus 3 clutch.
It's going to be very difficult for him to achieve it as well. K's already rotated towards toilets. Mog's coming in through connector, and Prazy just sprays him through the smoke. So Scambit, off the back of a 7-0 deficit, actually win out the half 8-7.
Indeed.
It's a very interesting first half.
Interesting, certainly a way to describe it.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
How would you describe it?
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
Nice.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit shell-shocked because it felt like imported Dingleberries were playing the objectively better game for 7 rounds.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it felt like it was the complete opposite. Particularly for Godku, right? Because when Godku got going with that AWP, it felt like confidence just returned for the Scambit side in an instant. And suddenly they started hitting their shots and getting their kills. Meanwhile, imported Dingleberries were making basic silly mistakes. Again, how many times did they get lined up in Monster? Like 2-3 rounds in a row? Or not in a row, but like across that whole half. Opportunities given away to the Scambit defensive, and ultimately what brought those 8 rounds back. And again, it's 8 in a row to just nip it in the bud and claim the half itself. The real question is that enough for Scambit? Is the CT side anything to stand on here for the Dingleberries?
You're talking about impact. Like, Mog has only got 8 kills, but it's those multi-kills over towards Monster that you're just alluding to. It's just high-value kills taking shape, and it's going to be interesting now. Scambit, that they mounted a very good defense. We now need to see the converse. We need to see them come out of the gate early, because if the Dingleberries just somehow just kind of just bounce back, they win the pistol, they then convert a couple for their momentum, they might just get right back into the swing of things. They have got the ability to string rounds in a row against Scambit. If we see that, I'm not sure whether Scambit can recover twice in the same map.
We should discover how far they can recover. They are the ones on the 8-round winning streak. Let's see whether they can carry it forward into the 16-round map victory and the series victory as an extension. Pistol round with the Glocks being brought out. Utility set in for K and Crazy. So a lot more being brought up by Scambit here on their attacking side than their defensive. And the defuse kit will sit in for Finui over on the Dingleberry side.
Yeah, definitely got a plan. The smoke is going to line up as soon as they start running. I think that's for Heaven. Molotov in the barrels. Their intention is clear. Goku leads the charge, but Nem delivers the quick headshot. Mog trades out at the very least, and now these gunfights need to be isolated, and somehow YZO's hitting all the shots. It's only K remaining in the 1 versus 3.
Nem stole one of those back of his own right. Now low HP in this 3v1. Glock pulled out, and Sorex will be the man to swing, get the kill, end the streak of Scambit at last, and bring in a decent round for imported Dingleberries again.
Better late than never. Pistol round, an important one to win as well. That's both pistols fall in favour to the Dingleberries here on Overpass. Immediate reinvestment comes in from Scambit despite not getting the bomb down. Tech 9s, Mac 10s. They want to throw caution to the wind and take the fight straight to the Dingleberries.
Fast rush could be on the table right here. They're setting themselves up into that short control rather. Jump face from YZO knows that they're coming. Molotov sent in. Flashes go over Sorex. Playing around the pillar, has 2 to line up. That's what he'll get. Swing out towards the short control. YZO gets his piece of the pie. 2 frags of the SMG in particular, and that is all 5 alive for the Dingleberries.
Yeah, can just keep that bank. No rebuys need to come in. And that was the scariest buy for the next couple of rounds, because Scambit, they're going to have to take this eco, just a couple of HEs being purchased, trying to place those grenades perfectly to net them a kill or so. But apart from that, it's more of the same, Jay. We're going to run it right back straight away to B.
Burst through in the M4s. Famas also in for Finui. Spray back, and YZO gets 2 with the aggressing. Nays towards the position will keep him tagged with 4 points of help, but now Nem can swing in and start to take control of the situation himself alongside Sorex burning Godku, leaving it all to K, 1 versus 4. Gets a knife kill, which is cheeky, but to be fair, it does bolster the economy state, so I can't complain about it too much.
A little bit of flair. I mean, don't really expect too much from that round, but $1,500 in your back pocket, definitely take it. Godku can be put on that AWP potentially as a result of it. Double digits have been found for the CT side, and will they continue their streak going into this bonus round for them? Finui on the AWP as well, and Nems and Connect are getting aggressive.
Walk forward. Finui trying to watch out for the AWP's position, hearing the shots ringing out close towards him. Eyes set around the fountain and looking onto Tikon. Nothing definitive spotted though. They'll start the fall back.
2 Molotovs being used to take the map control away. It's going to force them back. YZO though, this connector door's blown open. Got to be careful not to be trapped in from that monster side. And in fact, we'll get out of dodge. There's a lot of damage being done to Scambit early.
There's Godku with the kill onto Nem, starting things off again for the Scambit side. Hoping Frank to be found by this AWP, and he's doing a great job of doing so far. Finui will try a challenge. But sees so little so far, just prodding out to the bathrooms. There's nothing being found.
Scambit going to reset. Bomb on the back, making its way towards Monster. Heartless gets flashed in. Does spot 1 player at the very least. Long range MP9 spray. Not quite going to find the kill, but it's damage done on towards Godku.
Heartless and Sorex here will be part of the defensive rotations. Are also inbound for the Dingleberries. I think this might end up being a play. The SMG is overwhelmed. Rayman with the latest. Sorex continuing to swing. Does find 1 decent headshot, as does YZO, and Finui come up with the kills. 2 kills for the AWP, and the backup has arrived for the Dingleberries. 10 seconds. Rayman needs to find the isolated frags. Forced that all out of dodge, but peek right into Sorex as they somehow turn the 3v5 to their favour.
It's just really well played by Finui. He just completely kills the players coming in towards short. All the meanwhile, Sorex has been such a disruption in towards water. The crosshairs, they can't really extinguish, and just can't figure out which target to face. I'm lost for words at that round. It was such a wonderful hold by the Dingleberries and Scambit. It's a fast-paced round. They're throwing a lot of mollies. Here comes the spray. Sorex, he loses his life. That's an AK.
And they had missed out the centre of mass right there. You're right. There is a rifle to play with for Praise's part. Extend very far forward on the T-side line. Why is it not going for the full-on boost? The smokes go down with the incendiaries in. They continue to face regardless. The spray is so awkward, so they can't get a kill on the trade here. The sub-bomb has gone down, however. The site retake is on.
There's a flank. Nem's on his way. Needs to kind of get a move on, though. This utility is so suppressing. It's keeping the Dingleberries back. They've got to wait for Nem. His position. Oh, Mog's just turned at the worst possible moment. And now Heartless can strike him from CT. 4 versus 2. It's looking good, but the bomb time is ticking.
Oh, K's in the middle of the smoke as well. Wrapped in against them. Sees the tap to the Tech 9. Oh, no! The perfect chance in the world wasted by Scambit. The defuse will come through. Imported Dingleberries. Almost blundered that round, but Scambit were the blunderers in this day.
That's so unfortunate. You can see what he's trying to do. Most difficult kills in the game are when the heads are turned against you, not looking the right way, and unfortunately, under all the pressure, it's just too much to handle. Dingleberries keep it flawless on CT side so far. Another gun round, though, for the T's, getting just completely doused in the fire towards Playground.
4 rounds in the lead now for the CTs. Scambit felt like they were on the comeback. They certainly were for a bit. Again, trading places with the T and CT individuals. YZO is leaning in towards that short position. But you can see on the minimap, Nem has made his way all the way out, and Rayman will catch him in the back of the head for it. So, frag again to start for Scambit.
I think YZO spotted some legs at the very least, so it's a little bit of information. You can see he's joined in his counterpart with Sorex. Scambit quite set in their ways, potentially wanting to go towards B, but that smoke is going to force them back. Bomb can still be picked up, and Rayman's made good ground, potentially over towards Playground. Could look to go towards Long, but Fanui is holding it long range with the AWP.
45 seconds, and they start to walk out. Meanwhile, Sorex strikes on the lurker out in the connector control. Crazy caught. And we just wait. Passive control. Scambit will start to make their way in. A shot connects to Godku as he gives up his life.
Really nice flashbang from Sorex to enable that one as well. Fanui can just keep fighting, or he could just tuck in and wait for his teammates trying to bait the player in towards the truck. But K will land the headshot. Heartless is next to fall. 3 versus 3. Sorex hits the deck. YZO will strike from the back lines at the very least and doubles up for Nui. His relocation yet to be revealed. Rayman, 10 seconds left, needs to get that bomb down.
Facing in towards that mid-control, tapping it once, knowing that Fanui's going to make that peek in as soon as he sees him, but the shot goes down. He's stalled for enough time. He can't get the diffuser on this one. YZO knows to stay alive. And once again, the imported Dingleberries will hold it together, bring in number 13.
Oh, look. Silver linings for Scambit at the very least. Look, they've got the AWP back on Godku, but that's about it. The Dingleberries, they've just really sharpened up their defense. They're wise to Scambit's tricks, and well, it took them 7 rounds to post 1 on the board, did Scambit. And 13 rounds now, we're approaching that threshold potentially, but was it too little too late?
High possibility, honestly. 3 rounds to go and imported Dingleberries have found the formation that they required. Nem takes Godku out of the equation, starts things off on the right foot again for the Dingleberries. Scambit losing control still. Fanui, this is a shot to his credit, so it's an opportunity for Rayman, but Mog has fallen to YZO, so the trades are still coming in here for the CT side.
Look at this reposition as well. They want to get aggressive towards the Divider. They just want to make Scambit as uncomfortable as possible to stop, despite the 2-man advantage. Nem creeping his way in. Crosshair just looks away at the worst possible moment. And there's a gap now for K to exploit at Long.
That's one back here for them. Heartless now ready with the M4. About to see the peaks coming in on the T side line. Flashes get turned away from, at least initially for Heartless. Back up into the 2 players out towards Long. The bomb's going to make his way in from Crazy. He's gone all the way back towards T-Con to get it.
It's a long wait. So it's going to be a stalemate. You can see everyone just peeking, just holding their lines, holding their angles. Who is first to blink? Potentially will be Scambit with 30 seconds left. Crazy, he's just making his way over. He's only just entered Long.
Oh, but K's into the side as they start to walk away from the dumpster position. There's a person and player in that bathrooms angle, so that might become a bit of a problem for them. But for now, they can just walk their way in, get the plant down, and basically send up the retake.
By leaving the bomb so far back, it actually just causes these rotations. Look at it, Jay. They've all gone towards B. And unfortunately for the Dingleberries, it's on A.
Perfect placement, the perfect read. And look how deep Rayman's got. The AWP against 3. Flashes will come in. I think he might be aggressive, and they're right to assume so, but not quite as aggressive as they'd like it to be. That could have been a collateral, but Rayman only gets 1. YZO trades back onto 2, and it's all on K in the 1v3 to hold it together for Scambit. But he's been scammed out of the round, missing all his bullets. The sprays go awry. 14 to the board of the CT side.
Oh, there's a little bit of a weird one there, but YZO, clinical kills on that retake, eliminating the players at Bank that was so far pushed in, and unfortunately, K just left all on his lonesome. What can he do against all of those players? Unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough. The Dingleberries 2 rounds away from surviving and actually just completing the reverse sweep.
14 to 8. Scambit have not scored in such a long time. It's 7 in a row right now for the Dingleberry side. AKs, M4s, the AWP, the standard you would expect. Quick swing from YZO. Again, adjusts the Godku. Again, kicks things off. And the Scambit boys just can't catch a break, it feels like right now. Sorex will continue to suppress them with the smokes coming down. They're trying to make their way into that B site. Again, out of Monster. No lineups this time. Sprays through Heartless and Sorex. Get those kills as Praise. He gets 1 back, and a 4-on-2, however, ensues here for the Dingleberries. And they continue to hold contest and presence as Sorex peeks in. Rayman drops. Praise gets that trade, but now needs to get the full-on quadra in this clutch to keep it alive for Scambit. It's just not going to happen.
It's so unfortunate. Early map control being denied by the Dingleberries. Perfect flash in towards short. Nets them the man advantage. Scambit have got no real map control elsewhere on the map. Feel funneled in towards that monster position. Trying to force the issue, but the Dingleberries reign supreme on their defense. 5 kills away from closing out the series.
1 AK on Scambit as well. Body block on the Incendiary isn't ideal, not like it'll matter though. Fast rush in, comes out towards Monster. Mac 10 will lead the charge on Godku, who was a star with the AWP. Now going to go fast and loose, and Heartless will put him down. Overwhelmed by the other Mac 10, YZO trades back, sees the player close, and does get forced out of that spray, so a 3-on-3 can ensue. But look at how quickly Sorex makes his way to the side, looks in towards short, gets Rayman, back his turn to Praisey, and now they have the info on both the Scambit players in the 2-on-2.
And look at Nem. Up to his old tricks, working his way through the monster. This is a very quick flank, surely. They're not considering this possibility. Playing the trigger discipline, it's 1. Nem will close it out, and the Dingleberries will just completely and utterly destroy Scambit.
That was such a beautiful play from them. The patience to hear the bomb plant, see the pixel of the one man, like, right, I don't need to fire. It's going to be fine. I'll just walk my way forward, see them both, and then spray them both. Simple as that, ultimately, from him. And that kind of confidence wasn't really on display so much for imported Dingleberries, but you could see very clearly how they were just outclassing the Scambit side. That was a monstrous map.
There's a monstrous CT side as well. I mean, it was just absolutely flawless from the Dingleberries, and they managed to sort that one out. And, well, that concludes the series. It's a very long one, but in the end, the Dingleberries come out on top. And, Jay, I think that concludes the first series for now. We're going to throw it to a 10-minute break, but when we come back, we'll bring you with another best of 3. So don't go anywhere, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes.